Hello, everybody, and welcome into. Yeah, we'll stick with the
Oh,
title Frostfall for now.
so
This
you
will
forgot the episode number again?
no, it's episode 9. We are speaking of 9. We are sponsored by Martin Mancini, who has written 5 books that you should be checking out. So go do that. It's been a hell of a week. I start a new job tomorrow, and unfortunately, 2 days from that, we've got to put down one of our cats. He's not doing so good.
Oh no.
Yeah, Castle's not doing good at all, and it's well, at this point it's cruel to keep him going. Sort of
I'm
just make
sorry to hear that.
yeah, it sucks, but I mean, I've come to terms with it. I think my biggest problem is everybody else around me is really torn up about it, like more than I am, because I mean I saw the writing on the wall sooner than everybody else. So it was just like, yeah, I've done my coming to terms with it, but everybody else is very upset at this point. It's like, well, this isn't ideal.
Oh man, that I wish you could see what I'm looking at because I just come over the hill close over here to Omaha, and man, it is a big harvest moon. It's that lovely orangish color.
Oh, that's awesome. I wish I could. I should probably step outside after we're done recording to go see if I can look at it. If it's still that pretty orange color by the time we're done.
Oh, it probably won't be by then. It'll be higher up. Cause that orange color, not to get too sciency on you, but that's sunlight coming across and refracting and hitting it just the right way
Yeah,
to make that orangey color.
that's true. But it does still remain a very brilliant gold, after the
Yeah,
fact. So that's still pretty to see. I like seeing that.
that's what trips me up about some like sci-fi stuff where the moons are different colors, and I'm like, you know what causes that, right?
Yeah. Well,
It's like it's light refracting through the planet's atmosphere doing that. And I hate to be the one to, ruin your parade, but if your atmosphere is throwing out, different colors like that, I'm sorry, but I have bad news for you.
you could also just go the Justice Stankula route and start blatantly denying the moon exists altogether because you've never been there.
Gents, that changing the color of the hologram again.
He got he was trolling somebody on Twitter as Justice Stankula, and at one point he just said, "To hell with it. There is no moon. That is all." And then somebody got very angry with him, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Well, I've never been there, so I know it doesn't exist. I can't claim it exists if I haven't been there." And they're like, "Yeah, well, are you going to say that about countries you haven't been to?" He goes, "No, I've been loads of places. I know they all exist, but I have never been to the moon. Have you?" And the guy's like, "Of course I've never been to the moon." He's like, "Then why are you defending it? Why do you believe it exists?"
Yeah, that's a argument based on solipsism, and I'm not a fan.
No, me neither. I know he was just having his fun, but I was starting to feel like you when I bring up magnets.
Or the moon landings were fake. I
what
hate that shit too.
what was the other
Oh, with a
one?
with a passion.
I forget what the other one was that I got you with that ruined
Oh,
your
flat.
entire
It's
day.
it's flat. It's flat Earth.
Yeah, the Earth is flat because the
You
water is not carbonated.
you make that joke every chance you can. It seems like, and it's like, look, no.
Well, I mean, if my soda runs flat when the carbonation runs out, then it stands to reason.
No, no, it doesn't. Oh, and speaking of flat Earth tomfoolery, I have to preface this by saying I am not making fun of the occurrence, and I hate that it happened. But you remember me telling you about the Rocket Man?
Yeah.
Well, he passed away,
Oh, that sucks.
and what got him wasn't old age or any, disease or anything like that. It was he built another rocket,
No, stop building
and
rockets.
he built another rocket, and the safety features did not deploy correctly. And bad things usually happen when you hit the ground that hard.
That sucks.
Yeah, big time. And it's like, I wish somebody would have gotten, on the phone with Sir Branson, the guy that does Virgin Mobile and Virgin Galactic.
Yeah,
He does those high altitude, you can literally kiss space or what's considered technically space from those altitudes, and you can see the curvature. And it's like, look, somebody buy that guy a ticket on Virgin Galactic and let him go up and see that the Earth is not flat. It is a spheroid. Save this man from end up doing exactly what happened.
oh, I don't want to like derail the conversation or anything, but I should probably preface this 6 minutes in. Everybody is coming. Mark's at church right now. He'll be in at 7. Flame will probably be right in around anywhere between now and 7, and Chaos is going to be massively late, which is when you guys remember this part as the session starts progressing, it's going to be just as funny for you as it is for me right now because I have been in fits over this fact after he told me 3 days ago that he's not going to be here on time. I'm like, oh, that poor boy. I can't
He's gonna
wait.
come in. He's gonna come in like somebody buying a ticket to Endgame and coming in 2 hours late and not knowing what's been going on.
It's going to be a bad time for him. I feel a little sorry, but it's
But
just too funny.
did you also see that video where the people were trying to finally, disprove, the globe thing? So they bought a very, very expensive laser device, like a laser gyroscope or something like that. I forget what it's called. And they're like, if the Earth is indeed a globe, then we should expect like a 15-degree drift per hour on this device. We're not going to see it. And then literally an hour later, they check it and they're like, how much are we off? Oh, 15 degrees? Shit.
There's a
They
YouTube
spent like 100 grand to buy that thing, and it proved they're wrong.
well, if you go on YouTube Shorts, you can find this other creator who's really great. His name is Pirate Software or Thor. And
Yeah,
what's
I like
wonderful,
him.
he was talking about how he likes conspiracies because everybody's got to sound smarter than the next guy when you discuss conspiracy theories. And he's like, they just start lumping more conspiracy theories together. So when the flat Earth people found out that clearly the Earth can't be flat, it can't be a disc, it doesn't make sense. To make it make sense, they're like, well, our area of the planet seems flat because it's just a big giant ball of ice and the sun is concentrated on this one area, so it thawed out, and we're actually part of something called a super Earth, and there's other areas that are like our own on this planet that we just haven't gotten to, and that's how the Earth can also be hollow. And it's like, okay, we're smoking too much meth at this
We're
point.
we're borderline, certifiably nuts at that point because none of them make any sense, right? My favorite one to watch though were some flat earthers trying to explain, seasons and the fact that the sun obviously has different, travel paths depending on, what season it is.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, the sun just moves between, the tropics and whatever that other longitude line is. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
They're
you
like the sun just moves between these two lines.
well right.
And it's like, okay, but like that makes even less sense because
Well, hold on. It actually makes perfect sense because you have to understand it's like the vampire theory, right? Of course they're all rich because they're immortal. Well, the sun has been around for ages, so if it hasn't had the opportunity to get its wealth up and afford a vacation home, which obviously it does on the other line, so it gets in its F-150 and it drives to the other line to change the seasons. That's what's happening.
no.
That's how you get solar eclipses because it's got to drive through a tunnel.
But my second favorite one is when they try to explain the line because, Mayor, 50% of the earth is constantly in sunlight at any given point, right?
Yeah,
It's always 50% light, 50% dark. That's day night. That's standard. It's one of the first things we learn about is, little humans. We learn about day night.
just little guys.
But if the earth is a disk, a frisbee, if you will, um, there's going to have to be something stopping the sun from shining on the whole thing all the time, right?
Certainly.
And they can't explain that.
Of course they can't.
No, it's like they just assert things and they're like, yes, we know this to be true. Like all the images of Earth that we have are composite images. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's kind of how composite images work. They take a bunch of images and then they literally layer them. Because if you want to see land masses, I got bad news for you. There's these things called clouds that are going to make it really hard to do that, you know? So
Yeah,
in order to have these beautiful images where there are no clouds, guess what they have to do? They have to take dozens, if not hundreds of images, layer them on top of each other to create a composite image. And that's how you get an earthless or earthless. That's how you get a cloudless photo of Earth so you can actually see, continents and what have you. That means nothing to these people. They hear the word composite and they hear fake. And it's like, God, whatever.
there's got to be other things to talk about. We've beaten those poor people to death with our with our science.
Okay, so same vein, same sports complex, different ballpark.
Oh no.
You know how I know and how everyone else on Earth knows we went to the moon?
Yes, you bring up the damn lasers all the time.
We've we've left retro reflectors on the Earth that we
Yes,
occasionally like to bounce lasers off of, just for funsies.
yes, we
That's
do.
how we know. The footprints that, Neil and Buzz left are still up there, right? Because guess what? The moon doesn't have wind.
Not
And
until
by
I
the
have
way,
something to say about it.
if we ever do become an extraplanetary species, like Papa Musk wants us to be, we're gonna have to set up some ground rules about certain sites on the moon. Do not go here and fuck you know the Apollo sites, please and thank you. Also, if we do go to Mars, let Opportunity rest in peace. She earned it. Brave little rover. And say the same thing about every other probe or rover or whatever that we littered Mars with. Leave all of it alone. They should basically be considered like, you know, historical sites, not to be messed with.
Well, I know what I want to do to Mars as soon as we get there. We're gonna we're gonna
Do
climb.
jumping jacks?
No, better. We're gonna carve Mount Rushmore 2 Electric Boogaloo in Mount Olympus.
Oh, you mean
Yeah, Mount Olymp. I don't remember what it's called. I just read it the other day. I call it Mount Olympus.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Big
It'll hit you.
Big Daddy Mountain is what we'll call it from now on. Till I can
But no, what faces would you carve there? I've got some nominations.
Mars Mount.
Fagan,
Uh, we'll put Olympus Mons. That's what it is.
Olympus Mons. Yeah, I was waiting for you to hit it.
I
You
cheated. I
gotta
looked it up.
you gotta put Carl Sagan on it.
Carl Sagan wasn't a president.
Yeah, but see, this is Mars we're talking about. These should be scientists who got us in the realm of being able to do it, right?
Fine.
So
Einstein's going on there.
it's gonna make a lot of people uppity and upset, but Werner von Braun needs to be on the mountain. Uh,
Oh,
as much as it pain as much as it pains me to say it as an American, we got to put Yuri Gagarin on the mountain.
actually,
First, first human in space.
we have to put a non-scientist on there as well. We have to put Kim Jong Un
Kennedy.
on there because he's known as Rocket Man, so that would be disrespectful
No,
not to do
no,
that.
no. He deserves disrespect.
I know that.
Got to put Kennedy on the mountain.
Yeah, do have to put
JFK
Kennedy on the mountain.
started the space race, so we got to put Kennedy on the mountain.
Yeah, but if we're doing that, then we got to put whoever was in charge of the Soviet Union on there too, because I mean, if it wasn't for him, then we wouldn't have been racing for anything.
In the 60s. Who was it in the 60s?
Look that up, and then I'll promptly butcher the name. Who was in charge of the Soviet Union during the 60s? Uh, Nikita Khrushchev.
Oh,
Yeah, Nikita Khrushchev is go.
Nikita Khrushchev. So, I mean,
How
yeah, I
handsome was Nikita?
guess.
Hey, we owe him big. We wouldn't have done all that inventing without him. Yeah, that's a handsome man. He looks just like Eisenhower. We'll put him right up there. He'll be number one. He'll be the first face. Then we'll put JFK, and then we'll put uh, you know,
Oh, hang
Einstein.
on. This is going to throw you for a loop, but we've got to put Leica on the moon, on the mountain.
The dog.
The dog. Hell yeah, the dog.
I was just making sure that's
Leica, Leica the cosmonaut dog. Hell
yeah.
yeah, we got to put the dog on the mountain.
All right, that's our cap. Then we've got Nikita Khrushchev, JFK, Einstein, and Luca the dog.
Leica,
Leica the
Leica the
dog.
cosmonaut dog. But see,
Perfect.
Olympus Mons is huge. We could carve a bunch of faces into it, man. Werner von Braun, even though he had some connections at a certain time in history that we won't talk about. Literally the father of modern rocketry.
I cannot figure out. Yeah, see, here I've got the images. This you guys will have to do this at home, but Nikita Khrushchev looks just like General Dwight D. Eisenhower. They could have been cousins.
He was played by Gary Buscemi in the movie The Death of Stalin, and if you haven't seen that, fix it.
Gary Buscemi.
Yeah. Or Steve Buscemi, my
I
bad.
was gonna
Steve
say, do
Buscemi.
you mean Gary Busey?
I meant Steve Buscemi. I don't know why. Oh, I do. I do know why. It's the teeth. It's the teeth.
they gotta put
'Cause I,
they gotta put crazy Gary Buscemi in something soon.
I don't think. I think he's like officially retired. Like the head shit was getting a bit too much for him to deal with.
Oh, I suppose that's a shame.
Kind of like how Steven Seagal is officially retired because everyone laughs at him every time he shows up somewhere.
Well, he can't. That's what the polite way. He's been accused of one too many crimes and is currently hanging out with Vladimir Putin, and people are pretty mad at him. So
Hmm.
he has a very nasty pattern. So Steven Seagal deserves to be booed out of every establishment that he is a part of. Guy's
The
an
real
idiot.
question, though, the real question, though, and this goes back to putting a colony on Mars, a human colony on Mars. What would the name of the colony be?
Cusack. We'll name it after John Cusack.
No,
This is my biggest.
because
Out of all the things that Elon Musk has done to upset everybody, you want to know what my biggest complaint is? I tweeted at
what's
him.
that?
I tweeted at him one time because before he started doing what he's doing now, he was willing to talk to people legitimately about science, especially if you brought up Mars. So one of their one of the moons of Mars, the potato Phobos, is scheduled to crash into Mars very soon. Well, in terms of space, very soon. So I asked him, I'm like, well, if we're trying to put people here, what are you gonna do about Phobos? And he ignored me. And it's like, excuse me, is this not your life's work? Should you not be more concerned about this giant space potato that's going to crash into the planet at the exact same time we're scheduled to be building colonies there? Why have you not responded to me, Mr. Musk?
There is a simple but very expensive solution to the problem that wouldn't work for our moon because our moon is, you know, massive.
And important.
Like our moon is like the largest moon in comparative size to its own planet.
Sure.
Like Phobos is, you know, wimpy in comparison to La Luna. So here's what you do in order to keep Phobos from crashing into Mars and, potentially derailing all of our colonization efforts. You just sink, however many rockets it would take, solid fuel boosters, Saturn V style. You just sink them. And then you literally just pulse fire those bad boys, poof, 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 push, 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 and get it back up into either a stable orbit or just keep pushing that further and further away and turn Phobos from a moon into a comet.
Or we could keep that same idea, but we could just fly it into Jupiter and then it's nobody's problem.
We could pull the old Armageddon trick and then just sink a nuke in it.
Just like Patrick taught us on SpongeBob, we can just simply push it away. All we have to do is just start pushing it.
I wouldn't push it into Jupiter though,
Why?
because, well, not for nothing, but Jupiter is one of the most radioactive bodies in the entire system.
Okay.
And adding a lot of physical mass to it might cause things to happen.
It's absorbing tons of
Just,
physical mass all of the time.
yeah, but just because you can doesn't mean you should.
What are you, my mother?
Um,
That's it. I'm going to become president, and we are going to push Phobos into Jupiter. That is my
my
campaign
plan,
promise to you.
my
Well,
plan is to sink 15 solid fuel rocket boosters into the surface of Phobos,
The most
and we're
beautiful
gonna push it.
hello,
rockets.
We're gonna push it
hello.
into
Yes,
Jupiter.
we hear you. We're talking.
Do I sound good? Do I
No, you
sound bad? Do
sound
I sound better?
horrible.
How bad are we talking?
Like you are buried under 15 feet of blankets.
Okay, how about now? Any better?
It's alright.
I'll let
Now? Is
Mayor
that
be the
better?
judge of this one.
That's better.
Hey, I had to turn Chris back on apparently.
I mean, it sounds a little
I'm u-
muffled, but
okay,
I can understand you.
let me check my notes first. Because I'm using the headset that Trucker told me to use a while back. I'm trying to that one see if that's better.
okay. We're gonna take
It
these.
seems to
Trucker always
work
sounds
fine with me.
Yeah, Trucker says he sounds great with it. That's why I'm trying to be like, is this what I need?
We're gonna take
I mean,
a bunch of big, beautiful rockets and plunge it into that moon and send it into Jupiter, and people are gonna say, "Wow, that
we're
was a brilliant plan."
we're
Okay,
gonna
how
send.
about now, guys?
That's fine.
Better, worse?
It's fine.
Sound fine. Yeah.
Okay,
We're gonna
just
send
trying to
teams of
fix it.
our heroic astronauts. They're the best astronauts.
Some say the greatest astronauts of all time.
And we're gonna send them up to Phobos, that rinky-dink potato of a moon.
It's an
And we're
ugly
gonna save
moon.
our future human colonization. We're gonna sink solid rocket fuel boosters or solid fuel rocket boosters into the surface of Phobos. And we're gonna use those big, beautiful American rockets. And we're gonna push Phobos away.
What did I walk into?
Phobos is an ugly moon. There, I said it. I'm not supposed to say it, but I'm saying it anyway. It's not like Earth's moon. That's a big, beautiful moon. That's what I said. I said it's a big, beautiful moon, and we're gonna protect it by sinking Phobos into Jupiter, who's got many moons, but none of them compare to Earth's.
What the hell did I walk into?
We
You've been
we
interrupting
may even
our space talk.
we might even pull one of the moves of our ancestors, the British, and we may steal one of Jupiter's moons and put it in orbit around Mars. We'll pick the best one. We'll pick Europa. No, wait, that's Saturn. I mean Ganymede.
And then we'll make Saturn pay for it.
Why? Why did you guys?
And we'll make Saturn pay for the transportation of its own moon to orbit around Mars. It'll be the best plan ever. The best.
It will be the greatest
So,
trade deal in Earth's history.
It'll it'll be fantastic because Ganymede apparently supposedly has liquid water,
A lot of people
and
say
we could turn it into a tourist trap. It'll be huge. Huge, I tell you, huge.
a lot of people say, "Wow, where do you come up with such brilliant plans?" And I say, "I'm just a smart guy."
They come to me in my
uh,
sleep.
he's something, all right.
All right, well, we've got the people that are going to be showing up on time. This is super awkward. My big reveal has been
I
reduced to two people, or one person and one guest.
I love how I'm gone, and you guys immediately start doing a Trump voice for space travel.
Hey,
Well, we've been talking about.
neither one of us said his name. You were the one to say his name
Well, it was obvious,
first.
but
Oh, please! Everybody knows who you're imitating.
we were talking about space and flat Earth and some
No,
other
I love it.
things.
It's
We
hilarious.
Mayor brought up one of the best ideas I think he's ever had, and that's to carve a second Rushmore into Olympus Mons. So we started thinking about all the people
Yeah,
and a dog that need to be carved into it.
yeah.
The dog was my idea. because, damn it all, that cute little dog does not get the recognition she deserves.
Damn straight.
Yeah, they
Straight.
you'll have to go back and watch the first 30 minutes of this episode when you've got
It
time.
was
I
great.
I will when I got time.
This probably
So,
this 30 minutes has probably far eclipsed any True Bands episode or opening segment we've ever done.
well, sorry, I was spending time with the sisters making minis, painting minis. So
I'm gonna
Ooh, child labor.
I'm gonna
Ooh.
try to give Mark another 2 or 3 minutes before. Well, actually, I'll just ping
yeah,
him, see if he's.
didn't he say like he'd be literally be like basically a couple minutes late to like right on time?
Yeah. I say we can give him a few minutes. It's
Yeah,
not going to
let's
hurt
just.
anything, will it?
And Trucker, no, it wasn't child labor. They wanted to do this, so
Oh, sure. Just like the children yearn for the mine.
no, I'm serious. Because the older of the eldest of the young ones, she likes painting and stuff, and she's seen me paint the minis time and time before, and she's like, I do that, so I let her paint some. I think I let her paint like an ogre or an orc, and she immediately got hooked on it.
You teach them about texturing.
They paint. They did amazing on some of the paints. The youngest one did like a little fire on like a torch. Holy crap, was it awesome?
So what,
Yeah,
do
they
they
got
actually like layer the fire so it's like yellow, orange, red?
yeah, they
Nice.
did really good. Better than I've ever done. I was like, I might just let you guys start painting on my minis now.
All right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're 2 minutes over, so what I'm going to do is run to the bathroom real quick. We'll give it another minute once I get back, and if
Hey, do you have
Mark's
music
not here,
playing?
he's not here. No, dude, I don't play music during the opening segments.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
We're
Pe-
just
People
we're
gotta
just
listen to
gonna
our
have to
dulcet
talk.
tones.
Our dulcet tones, he says.
Yes, our dulcet tones. We have such dulcet tones. But Trucker, how are you doing, bud?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Good to hear, man.
It's a nice, calm night. I'm looking at a very beautiful harvest moon that's not that, orangey gold color anymore. It's more, it's more of the color that, people think of when they think of moon. That really nice, pale white, light concrete color.
Yeah, I know what you're
So
talking about.
the harvest moon color didn't stick around very long, but hey, it was very pretty while it lasted.
Nice. I'm gonna glue up some minis while we wait on there. I got a few of them that need
I've
their
got
arms glued to them.
I've got one of our new trailers and it's pulling like a dream.
Ooh, nice, dude.
I'm not
Nice.
entirely convinced my weights are good, but hey, it's Sunday. The scales are closed.
Yeah, they're usually closed on Sundays.
What's going on Sundays?
Scale houses are usually closed on Sundays.
Ah,
Way stations for all the normal people.
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
For the advanced truckers out there, we used to call them coops. That was way back in the day. And when you wanted to tell people that the scales were closed, you say the coop is locked up, boys. Nobody's home. But nobody talks on the CB anymore. Shame.
Shame.
No, come
It's
back.
all these new it's all these newfangled new generation drivers. They don't know how to talk on a radio. They want to talk on their phones all day. Back
I
in
want to
my
talk on
day,
back
truckers
in the
were
old days.
considerate.
I think Mark. Oh, Mark just got active, so we'll give him another minute.
Yeah, like I was saying, he
Hey,
he said he's gonna like be a couple either like right on time or a couple minutes is what he was saying.
what I really like about our new trailers is that instead of just a oh,
You
I
could
heard it.
you could talk to us about those trailers at the break because we got to get started. So I am going to swap the map view for you guys so you can start freaking out right away. And
Well, for
then,
those of us who can see it.
oh yeah, I suppose you can't see nothing.
What's... I'm gonna try to find atmospheric music for me then. Would jazz be a good feel for this kind of area, Mayor? Or what would you recommend?
I can't really tell you what I'd recommend because that'd be a
What the
spoiler,
fuck?
Captain.
Alright, I'm gonna go with
Electro
ancient Roman
swing.
Celtic. Fuck it, I'm going with truckers. Electro swing. I love that stuff.
I mean, it ruins the vibe on your end, but that's okay. You can ruin your own vibe.
Well, you won't tell me the vibe.
Of course. In
Summer swing.
last week's episode, our group of heroes ended up finding a mysterious woman named Nina who caused Nimbleton to sleepwalk to her before she read Holden's mind and disappeared. The group went back to the bar to see Creepy Johnny getting into a very heated debate with this woman now known as Nina. After a while and a lot of back and forth arguing, the group finally was forced out of the bar to go to a bar named Angels, where they were accosted by a assassin from the Cold Iron Syndicate, and then shortly after discovered a hatch underneath the stage, and they killed a Drider who was directly connected to the man they've been looking for this whole time, Jezza, who's been kidnapping and presumably killing people this entire time. They went back to the bar to find that it had been destroyed by Horace Cold Iron himself. After a long bit of fighting, Horace bailed as quickly as possible as he was getting very injured and Creepy Johnny ate his arm. The group went to go deal with Jezza. They fought him tooth and nail, and all of a sudden they were accosted by a big bright light, and now we return to what is going on. Now, you guys, you're not quite awake right now. You know that feeling when you hurt so much that you cannot open your eyes just yet? You're in a lot of pain. Slowly but surely, you all start to open your eyes. And you notice that you are wrapped in rugs. Those rugs are tied. Nimbleton, your binds seem extremely tight. And as you look across to Omen, who still seems to be asleep, his binds are very tight. And Yorman, your mouth is tied closed. Holden, you don't seem to be as heavily restrained as everybody else. Your arms are even in front of you. And you start looking around, and it is very, very hot. And you are seeing a very destroyed cabin. And you hear a very loud thud, which startles you all to look to the head of the table, where you see Jezza, who has slammed down what looks like one of those poles that are holding a banner. You start looking over at him and you notice that his left arm is missing. But what's really weird is he is still picking things up with it. Things that he should be holding with his now missing left arm appear to be floating as he throws down a large plate mail gauntlet on the table as well, and he starts... What really disturbs you as you start looking around is in this chair is a skeleton. In this chair is a small skeleton. And in this chair looks to be some skeletal female of sorts. You can tell that it's a female by the long hair. And you hear Jezza say something along the lines of, I meant to get back here sooner. I'm very sorry. And he starts looking around and he goes, "Oh, wonderful." Well, not wonderful, actually. This is the worst news that I've ever gotten, and it's going to be even worse for you guys. Let me see if I've got this straight. He points at you, Yorman, and he goes, "That's Yorman the Whore. That is the tribal chief, Holden. That appears to be Omen the Lost. And there's Nimbleton the Restless. Is this correct?" Oh, sorry about that. I know what your kind are. I didn't want you immediately breathing on me. And he comes over and he takes that dagger that you saw him with, and he very carefully, like he's being very, you can tell he's making a big effort not to hurt you as he cuts the rope and he steps back.
Thank you. Whore, I prefer the term whoremonger. Secondly, and most importantly, where the fuck are we?
You're in the cactus forest of the country known as Ashfall.
Do I know that? What that is?
You know of the cactus forest, and you do know of the country Ashfall, yes. You had to travel through here.
Oh fuck, we're in that hellhole.
Yeah, you know that in Ashfall there is one big city called Sidar that you do not want to have to go anywhere near.
Why the fuck are we in that sandy hellhole?
I should be asking you guys that. You're the ones who brought us here.
Bullshit! You're the one with the magic!
You broke my orb. You ruined the spell I was trying to get through. The ritual that I was performing.
You know what? Next time, don't be a bitch and make it so we can't touch you. Then I'll be glad to just rip you a new one.
I didn't know that was part of it.
Fucking wizards and their bullshit.
What was with all the bodies?
Didn't seem very safe.
I'm glad you asked. You see, my real name is Jezariah Sidar. I am the rightful prince of Sidar. And my father is a real piece of shit. He is the king. He has spent his entire life trying to get more and more power, and in pursuit of that power, he has been hyper abusive to my poor mother until she killed herself, or at least I assume she's killed herself by now. He killed my brother, killed my sister, beat the hell out of me every chance he got, and we got it easy compared to the citizens of the city. So I was kidnapping people, and I tried to do it as ethically as I possibly could because I do not want to be the monster that my father is. And I was trying to kill as many of them as I could in order to perform a ritual that would allow me to kill 200 souls and then myself to possess a meteor so I could crash it into the city and kill my father.
So,
Sorry, continue.
in order to take out a monster, you were doing all of that and claiming that you were doing it ethically and it doesn't make you a monster?
Didn't say it didn't
Sounds like-
make me a
Yeah,
monster.
but your logic is kind of fucked.
Trust me, I've seen the irony long ago and I'm not happy about it, but if it takes a monster to rid the world of a bigger monster, then so be it.
Sounds like
Why
soup
not
to
just
me.
walk up to your old man and stab him?
Or just be a man and tell him how you feel.
I don't think
He's
you
a
can...
desert dweller. Their brains are fried from the heat. They're too stupid to know how to do that.
Well, it takes a lot. I don't think you can talk your way through somebody that is committing such atrocities, and to be honest with you, I've seen many a man stab him. I've seen him stab himself. I've even seen himself throw I've seen him throw himself off of the top of the palace and still be alive.
So you just needed to do more research.
That's
Wait. Are you telling me the rumors of him immortal were true?
as immortal as he can be as of right now. I don't know what he's been able to do.
Then how the fuck is a meteor gonna kill him?
Exactly. You didn't think this through, did you?
When you're up against the ropes, sometimes you take the only options that are presented to you. I'm not telling you it's a good move. I'm telling you it was the only one I could come up with.
You're better
Poor
off
plan.
tying him to rocks and throw him in the ocean.
Yeah, so what? A Kraken can free him and then he can wreak havoc in the seas? The fools of the Freeman Isles do enough of that.
Fuck you!
Yeah, I knew that's where you were from. I just wanted to hear you talk some more, pirate.
Fuck you,
Sounds like he likes
fucking
you.
sand eater. You and your kind are nothing worse than the fucking warlocks. They like to make the undead.
Do you guys need a room?
Nimble, if you want a cat, I would tell you to bite it.
I'm just saying.
If we get a room, I'm ripping him a new one, and I'm shoving whatever he's got down there down his own throat.
That's between you and him. I don't need the details. I really don't.
Aren't you guys even a little bit curious how I know your names without speaking to any of you?
No.
No, not really. I don't give a shit.
I'll admit it's slightly puzzling.
You can thank Creepy Johnny for it. He doesn't know, by the way. Don't be mad at him. I actually made him.
Wait,
Fuck's
you made the
sake.
metal thing?
Yeah, I made him. I was trying to make an assistant because I don't like Horus. Not even a little bit. I was trying to have him killed, and then during the process of him becoming a killing machine, I figured I'd round him out and make him an intelligent one. And then he kept reading, and then he wouldn't stop reading, and then he was reading 15 books at one time, and then he kept reading, and all of a sudden he stood up at one point, and then he fell over and smacked his head on the floor, and I thought I had killed him, and then he just got up and he left. So I don't think he even remembers me. And I don't know why he insists. He started insisting that I call him Creepy Johnny. I don't even know where he got that name. I named him. I didn't even name him. I don't know where he got any of that from, but you know, he opened a bar or bought a bar or something. Every once in a while, I can use whatever little bit of magic that I put into him to see through his eyes, but that's been getting harder.
I always forget you sand eaters work with those techie things. Ugh.
Well, as much as you'd like to hurl your slurs, and I'd like to hurl mine, I've got some bad news for all of you. If we want to survive this, we're going to have to work together.
No.
Well, then you certainly can die. I can make that happen. Or we can all make it through together, and maybe one day we can be friends. Because let me tell you something, it wasn't my idea to come to Vuldar. I came there on a whim. You'll see the marks from my teleportation circle out there that are probably long since destroyed. Because I came here as a 17-year-old to hide from my family. This poor family didn't deserve what they got. But I came there, and I do actually care for the city, as twisted as that sounds. At least they're not ruled by some freak of nature.
Sounds like you just need to read some more books and maybe get a little smarter, though.
Can I insight that freak of nature comment? Like, is he talking about his dad, or is he making a jab at something else?
You can tell he's talking about his dad.
Okay, I just making sure he was making a jab at something else.
You do know, though, it doesn't hurt to ask for help if you wanted to hurt your dad.
Everybody here is terrified of him. Nobody can help me here. Ironically, in my pursuit of trying to kill him, I found help, and now I have captive help. And unfortunately, if you want to see your precious city again, I recommend that you help me. Because as soon as we kill my dad, I'm leaving too. We're all
That's
getting
what.
out of here. Together.
So, you could have just asked for our help to begin with instead of just going around this way. So I'm just saying we might have helped you, just maybe.
Yeah, and how was I to get you here?
I don't know. Do some more research. Talk to somebody.
Don't waste your breath,
Hike.
Nimbleton.
Shoot, communication is like so important, and it sounds like you're lacking in that department.
I've had no chance to learn basic communication, as I've been telling you. I've had my ass kicked up and down and tortured by my father, and then forced to study the rest of the time that I wasn't being tormented. And then I came to your city. When in that amount of time was I to do what you're requesting? I'm glad that you have had the comforting life of luxury where you can do all of these fantastical things, but I do not have those things.
Comforting life. That's
I
hilarious.
mean, you seem to be doing a fair enough job of it right now.
Yeah, see, how hard is this? Are you stressed right now? Like, are you shaking in your boots?
Yes, I think I've made that abundantly clear.
Well, it doesn't seem too bad.
But, glossing over, kidnapping and sacrificing people from Mars, I mean, crashing a meteor that you're in control of or some whatever into a city is going to kill, if not everyone, a lot of them in that city too, right?
I don't know anything about meteors. I found it in the books that you've requested that I read, by the way, Cat.
I mean, yeah, we've all heard that phrase, you got to break a couple eggs to make an omelet, but this is a one-man omelet, and you're breaking a shitload of eggs, guy.
Yeah, well, this time I had to break a few omelets to make an egg.
See, I don't think you've read the right books. That just doesn't work.
Okay, you don't have a lot of good literature because of your king, who likes to bamf everything of value off of your mountains.
Just got you there. Your king kind of sucks.
Yeah, he's an idiot. He's a Fey Lord.
I mean,
Yeah, dragons are better.
so, but still, like, there's such a thing as just being a decent human being.
Yeah, I was attempting to do that by killing my father and saving countless people.
Yeah, but you're going about it in like the worst way possible.
I don't know how many times I can tell you that I'm aware that it was the worst way possible, and that obviously I am doing what I could do with what I had available to me. Hell,
Say, I
I
don't
don't
think
know
he
what to
means
tell
in
you.
a
All I
logistical. I don't think he means in a logistical way. I think he means in a moral way. Logistically, there's tons of things you could have done.
see, this guy gets it.
well, I'm going to give you a choice because I'm really tired of listening to you all speak. I can free you and we can get to work. There's some people that we can hopefully contact that will hopefully not skin their favorite things to skin alive and eat. Maybe they'll help us and we all get to get out of here. Or I can set the carpets that you're all wrapped in on fire and burn you alive and go and find real help.
Try it.
I wouldn't
So
try that
I'm
with
open
you.
to helping you. I just hope that I don't know. I guess I just hope that you learn something from this instead of just resorting to your old ways, as I would put it.
Well, let's look at it like this. If you agree to help me, maybe you can teach me about all the proper ways to handle the situation that of which you have no context and never experienced, and I'll be happy to listen to you the whole journey. I'm not even doing this for power.
Let-
I want to abandon my birthright.
See, that's the thing. You have a birthright. What do you think I have?
Peace of mind knowing that your parents who are supposed to love and protect you were not torturing you.
Supposed to. I don't even remember my parents.
Well, what I wouldn't have given to be you instead.
See, I think you're just. You kind of have, like. I don't know. You had all that education, but a shitty father. So, I mean, it's kind of up there.
Also, you're going to want to change into more appropriate clothes, which I've left next to you. Or you'll
Could
boil
I
to
try
death.
to break? Could I try to break free right now?
Let me ask you this. Are you going to try to make the struggle obvious, or are you trying to, like... Are you basically, like, shifting uncomfortably?
No, I'm just trying to Hulk my way out of it.
I just want to know,
Just
like,
feel like
are you basically, like, tensing at all during this?
no, I don't think so. I don't think I would need a tent. She said I'm more loosely bound.
Well, I'm just asking for more of a character standpoint at this point of who I'm playing right now.
Yeah, I just while his attention's focused elsewhere, I just want to get loose and get free.
I will say, how do I want to? I don't even know how I'd want to run this. Are you trying to do it stealthily, or what are you trying to do? Just break out?
No, I'm just trying to do it.
Oh, then yeah, just a simple strength check, I guess.
Yeah, please provoke. I don't think a 10's gonna do it.
No, but he does see you struggling, and he just goes, I thought we were talking about communication. All you had to do was ask, and he just snaps his fingers, and the ropes around your wrist burst quickly into flames and fall off, but hardly hurts you, if that makes sense.
All right, lesson 1. A simple please and thank you goes a hell of a lot further than this.
I'm sorry, my tribal chief. I didn't know who I was dealing with. I mean, you did technically break into my home and start swinging on me.
You were kidnapping and killing residents of the city we live in.
What part of two wrongs don't make a right that your friend was talking about do you not understand?
See, I'm starting to think you're, the one not understanding, not us.
I told you his brain's fried.
Perception, I suppose.
Fucking sand eaters.
I mean, I could turn you into the guard and be rid of your mouth, pirate. Or you could...
Oh, please try.
I don't have to. I've killed 2 of them outside. They're
All right.
patrolling.
Crafter of great plans, what exactly do you want us to do?
Well,
If you're telling us you've seen him, cut himself, fling himself off a building, and all this other stuff you say he's done, what exactly can we do that's gonna, solve this little problem of yours?
well, he has 4 sources of power and 4 different pyramids that we'll have to take out. We're going to need a hell of a distraction from an army that we'll have to raise. there's gnolls, the trolls, and maybe there's other groups out there that will be more than willing to help us once they realize that I am not trying to take something that they've all wanted for themselves. And we go from there. Once they're starting their war, we slip in, take out the sources of power, and then we go kill my dad.
Okay, secondary question, and I hope you don't take offense when I have to ask this, but if you had that plan, why the whole meteor thing?
Well, I am the rightful prince, and all these groups hate my family for great reasons. And if I show up alone, they're just going to eat me. I didn't have any help.
You'd be amazed how much a disguise kit can work in your favor, kid.
Oh, what time did I have for all that?
Plenty if you came up with plans like that.
Well,
Alright, fine. I can't speak for... Sorry, go ahead.
At that time, I was too busy trying to help this family who was, unfortunately, either poisoned themselves or starved to death. Which will be the first order of business, is giving them a proper burial.
So that's something y'all do here, bury people, and we usually just burn them.
Well, when you have ground that you can work with, you tend to have more options, I guess. And by the way, pirate, you may not believe me, but I always get a smile on my face when your merry band of sociopaths take out people of our navy. I look up high. I hold your king and queen in high regard.
He just gives him a dirty look when he says king and queen. Because Jormungandr calls him something else.
Well, I suppose it would be mom and dad to you, or grandma and grandpa, or aunt and uncle, one of the two.
The ancient blacks. That's what you call them.
It seemed a little derogatory, but if that's what you prefer, then that's what I'll go with.
You go by their titles, or you don't say their names at all, you fucking sand eater.
Well, I wasn't trying to say their names, I was giving more of an apt description.
Alright, Yorman, chill with the... whatever that is. I can't speak for the rest of these guys, but if you can get me back home, fuck it. I'll help you.
I guess I'll help as well.
I'm going to take the silence as compliance from the tiefling.
Let's just say he's in.
He likes to punch things, and he's probably going to get a chance to punch a lot of things here, so yeah, he's probably in.
What about you, Waterboy? You excited to bring down the people that have been tormenting yours from the inside for many, many years from the inside?
Yeah. Fine. The cat does it, I'll do it.
Well, he said he was in, and he snaps his fingers, and you two are now burned free without harm.
Okay. I'm gonna get up right in his face, though.
Okay.
Oh, I can't move my token.
Oh, that's right. I do apologize. You guys can go ahead and, place yourselves where you want. Sorry, I was setting up a little set piece, and I forgot you guys can't control them then.
Dude, completely cool. I love what you got here. I'm doing something in character. Yeah, he's gonna get right up in his face, and he's just gonna tower over him because how tall he is. But if you even think about trying to betray one of us, I will gladly rip your spine out of your still beating body.
I tell you what, I swear to you here and now, as the rightful prince of a nation that you don't respect, and neither do I, that if you help me put this on to cover the mage hand that is controlling my stomp, and he holds up the gauntlet, I will never betray you. In fact, I will make sure that I sail you straight to the port of Dread myself, if I have to. I will commandeer a vessel, and I will sail you there myself. Or die trying.
Okay, I want to insight him, please.
Go for it.
Also, did we get a full rest?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure because I have a couple
Thank
tricks I can do if I've been
goodness.
fully rest. Insight. No, quit being weird. That's a +3. Okay. Come on, give me my die, please.
Be weird.
time
Normal
going.
is overrated.
That's a soft 20 altogether.
Yeah, he's being very genuine.
I will spit my hand and shake his.
Which
Would
hand
that
do
be
you
acid?
I'll shake his metal hand so I don't actually burn his physical hand. Because yes, my spit has acid. That is the thing. that is a thing amongst Black Dragonborns, the shaking of the acid. Because it means my acid and your acid are now one, basically.
He because you didn't help him with the metal yet, so he looks at both like his mage hand and his regular hand. He spits in his regular hand and like turns it upside down to like.
I thought he had the hand.
No, yeah, he
Sorry.
was telling you that you needed to help him put it on.
Oh, I would have helped him put it on, then done the spit.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, he extends his hand. He's like, yeah, he looks at you and he says, "You want to know what the best part is about your city? Or well, it's actually not your city, their city.
Mm.
Their king is such a stupid asshole that because you blew up my home more than likely, I'm just going to reintegrate into the city so long as I earn your trust and you don't turn me in. And I'm just going to reverse all the bad I did by doing good."
Talk to them, not with me. It's
It's
not my
probably going to take a while to redeem yourself, but I guess that's good.
I like it there. It's a silly place.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm pretty silly myself.
I've noticed.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Oh, and I knew that you'd eventually see my side, pirate, so I got you something outside.
Ox and eyebrow.
But you'll have to, somebody's gonna have to drag the tiefling, and I'm gonna need help with who I wish was my family, so that we can bury him.
I can get
Just
a
gonna-
tiefling. I can fight with one arm.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll say for the sake of brevity, you guys are able to gather up what you need to.
Do you want him, Trucker? I'm just saying logistically, because like you guys are more range based. I can fight with one arm if I have to hold him.
No,
Or I can literally
that's
drop him
fine.
to the side and fight with him.
Well, I mean,
That's fine. You get.
not to be super crude or anything, but I mean, he's still bound in his carpet and everything. You could just tie a rope around him and drag him.
No, I'm not. I'm not that much addicted to Omen. He doesn't hate Omen. If it was this dude right in front of him, oh, he'd do that in a heartbeat. But Omen, he's got a little respect for. So it's like he'll be nice.
Because I mean, hell, I've got rope. I can just make like a papoose and carry him.
I mean, if we want to take 10 minutes, I could do the summon steed spell and have him right on that.
We might not have that kind of time.
Okay, I'll ask then. We have 10 minutes.
I hope.
Because if we
Take that as
do,
a
I can
no.
just have something.
You're going to want to save your 10 minutes for something else, though. I assume you guys have gone outside at this point?
Yeah.
He
And
gestures.
just pick him.
He gestures at a corpse wearing full plate.
Dibs.
I got it for you. That's one of the guards, though, of the city. On the chest piece, you see the flag of Sadar itself, which is a 3-headed cobra with 3 swords going through each head and making a small cross at the bottom. The base of the flag is red, like a crimson red, and the snakes and the swords are gold.
It'd probably be a bad idea to melt that off, wouldn't it?
It's pretty firmly on there.
Well, more like to take like my put a little bit of my acid on it just to like distort it.
It would start to kind of compromise the integrity.
Yeah, that's why he was saying it's probably a bad idea. Damn it, because he hates that symbol. He really does.
He just kind of looks at you and he's like, I'm sorry, like, there's only so much I can do on a day and a half's notice.
He's just gonna shake his head. I'll just scratch it up as we go. Yeah. All spare time, he's just like gonna run his nails and stuff across it just to try to like not ruin the armor, but just scratch the symbol off as best he can.
Yeah, no, you can spend the time
Is
doing that.
Is it just regular plate mail, or is it anything magical or anything? Quick dawn doff anything?
No, it's just standard. Like, that's why I said you're gonna have to take the
10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll start donning it and putting my other armor in my pack.
I'm gonna try to. I forgot to download a map, so I'm gonna put it on there so you're not just staring at the same thing. Well, we can
By the way, what kind of clothes did he leave us to change into?
basically what would be the same as what you are wearing, or what he's wearing right now. There's a set of robes, head covers, stuff like that.
So definitely desert faring stuff.
Yeah, just clothes that will make life in the desert bearable. If you can even use that word. That's the thing that
Pun
really sucks for
intended.
you guys
Ha.
is it is so
We're all
damn hot.
Yeah, two of
Especially-
you are fur race. That's the bad part.
I'm almost concerned it would actually hurt me to put the shit on. Just take my stuff off, leave my pants and boots on, but just, bare chested the rest of the way, because I'm basically just a bear.
I would still recommend putting that on, Trucker. When it comes to traveling in desert climates and stuff, the sand is still a factor on con saves and stuff, dude.
Yeah, but
Can I
fur.
put mine into where like certain breezes could come in and at least help me a little bit?
I mean, it seems as light as it's going to get and as cooling as it can be.
Does anyone have a
Fair
tent, by
enough.
the way?
No.
I wonder if
Oh, we're fucked.
Camping in our original location was tantamount to a death sentence.
Yeah, we're in trouble because you need tents in desert environments not to get exhaustion. I'll check my shit if I have one. I think I do, but I'm not 100% certain.
Oh, I know I don't. Well, if we're going that way, yeah, I'll put the light silky stuff on.
I will need a con save from the both of you.
Oh, fantastic.
oh, happy day.
Give me a second.
I think you
I'm
got
gonna have to
+3
be
on
like
this.
Who, me?
You don't need to do it. You're fine, but I think your aura gives
Oh,
them a
yeah.
plus to this.
Aura of Protection gives them a bonus equal to my Charisma saving throw, so they get a +4 to this.
There you go.
On top of what we already get?
Yep.
Oh shit.
Oh, my AC. It's so high now.
Flat 20.
13.
Is that with a +4?
13. Yeah, that's with a +4.
You're not going to take any penalties, but you're going to have to do it again eventually. But Nimbleton, you adapt surprisingly quick, and you feel like you're going to be okay, but okay is a relative term.
Damn cat. They can get used to it a lot quicker.
Yeah, you're going to
I'm
have
a
to basically make it every hour until you pass it.
I'm a bear. My race is not exactly meant for this entire ass territory. And hell, my subspecies makes it even worse because I'm specifically built for coal.
Yeah.
So my fur's probably thicker, and it would make sense for me to keep failing these.
We'll see what happens. You guys are gathered outside after. I mean, you literally just you find a tall cactus and you shove a bunch of sand aside. You lower the corpses and put the sand back over it, and then you kind of hastily kick some more sand over top of the patrol that Jezariah had taken out at some point.
This is what I imagine hell must feel like.
Just wait until
No.
you see the city.
This is more like heaven, friend.
Well, yeah, actually, it would be for you, you cold-blooded thing.
Well, no, it's more like purgatory. Heaven would be the open seas.
I think I'm kind of getting used to it. It's something new, but still not the best. I kind of prefer that cold climate.
Let's say, if I knew we were going to be here of all places, bear friend, I would have had a spell ready for you. But
Save it.
very well.
Our closest option is the Knolls. They have a cave system in the sand dunes.
Can I
When
ask
we-
something about?
Sorry.
Sorry, it's more just me wanting to get a couple things down straight. What are all the races that we have to worry about?
Well, there's the Knolls. I don't know
Yes.
what else is really out there, and then the trolls aren't necessarily something you need to worry about, but they could be good allies.
Okay.
They're more worried about dealing with the slavers, so I guess if we offered to help them with the slaver people eventually, they'll probably help us, but I don't know what the Knolls want.
Well, I have some questions because I knew of a few knolls near my isles, castaways and such. The ones around here, they're the same ones that respond to power more than anything, or are they the trickery kind, the one that love to make traps and trades and such?
They're more of a militaristic kind of hunter group.
No.
I'm not really sure who's in charge of them, but they've suddenly gotten more, I don't want to say civilized because that's rude, but I guess calmer. Like, they're not just mindlessly doing things anymore. They seem to have proper structure.
Civilized would be the proper term for that. I've heard of that. If they get a very wise leader or something.
They must.
Mm.
I'm not allowed to know anything about them. They're going... Like I said, if I were to even see one, they'd just skin me alive and make me walk across the desert until I died, and then they'd eat me.
Still cannibals, at least.
Maybe. Who knows?
Secondary question: what are gnolls?
Oh, well, you know how that's a cat and you're a bear?
Yeah.
They're more of a desert dog called a hyena, and... Oh, speaking of which, they ride giant hyenas.
Mm.
So we're probably not going to be the bestest of friends.
Who knows?
We ought to get mounts for ourselves traveling in the desert.
Well, if we are fortunate enough to discover some camels, we'll be okay. Maybe
If
we
we could
find a
wait 10
trader.
minutes, I could summon one.
Yeah, but there's 5 of us.
Aye, it'd be a big one. It could probably hold 2 people. We put the tiefling on there, and I say the bear as well. That way he's not overexerting himself.
Well, that
I'd be more
solves-
worried about crushing the back of anything I climbed on.
Trust me, it's made for my strength. You can handle it.
I'm not talking about your magic beastie. I'm talking about anything else.
You'd be surprised of the resiliencies of a camel.
Mm-hmm.
You say so.
Have no
Never
sh-
seen one.
No, but you will. They're a hell of a thing.
Are they like elk?
Sure, with 2 giant humps, way bigger. No horns. Different color. Different face. So yes.
Oh, no. Okay,
Sure.
got it.
Bigger tail. Oh wait, no, that's a giraffe. Wait until you see a giraffe.
So many new things to see.
Yeah. Yeah, so many things to see indeed.
You know what? Fuck it, I'm parking early.
Do you want to take a quick break?
If everyone else would be okay with it, I would appreciate it.
I run the show.
Yeah.
I tell them when they're taking a break.
I don't want to. Yeah, let's take a break.
That's not very nice.
There we go. We got the new screen. Welcome into to Sandfall, everybody, season 2. I hope you're enjoying so far. Cut the
I love
music
how we've
down.
come to the place my guy just hates with a burning passion.
Yeah, you got a lot of beef with this place, but I mean,
Yeah.
the sillier
A
part
place
about
that's
the sillier part about all that is the fact that he hates it more than you do. So
Yeah, but you can't expect my guy to completely believe that. My guy's not gonna believe this guy right away of like, oh, I hate him more. He's like, bull fucking shit. Your people have been killing mine for centuries. I hate you by principle.
there's also the undeniable fact that the climate's probably gonna kill one of us.
Look,
depends.
Me.
look, I'll do my best to keep you alive, okay?
That all depends on
And
your roles.
by the way, that's not a complaint. That's just me having a laugh.
Well, I did tell you guys you weren't prepared for the twist.
This
Yeah.
shall be fun.
You guys are going to be the. You guys could be the very first to see everywhere that's on the world map.
I'm intrigued about a couple things. I'm gonna lie, because you and I had a talk, Mayor, and I'm intrigued to see a couple things.
Yeah.
Ugh. But I am glad with the level up because I got some new tricks, and with that plate mail, my armor goes up by a lot now.
Yeah, y'all are gonna need it. We'll just say that much. There's a lot that you're gonna be getting involved in.
I can
went.
sell my chainmail now though and get some. How much does chainmail go for in your world?
We'll find out. You got to find the right people.
Good fucking point.
It's not so much. That's kind of the thing. I threw out all the rules for how much things cost. It's all about finding the right people.
Oh, I've got alcohol if I need to sell alcohol. There's always that.
Yeah, that's kind of just a universal.
And I have the
Oh, you
full
got
flask too.
you got foreign booze,
Yeah.
probably
What
illegally
was
imported too. Shame on you.
what was that? What was in that flask? If you remember, that had the full alcohol that trucker gave me.
Oh,
Does
it's
anybody
just
remember? Cause you
shitty grain whiskey.
just whiskey.
Yeah, it was just shit bottom shelf whiskey.
Okay, I just want to make sure I got it right because I've got full flask. I was like, I probably should get the actual type of alcohol.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil Christmas for y'all, but I did. I mean, I spent a better part of my week away from work finding some high level shit for y'all to fight.
Oh, I love you.
This will be.
My favorite thing about this game, combat.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of it in this season.
Uh,
So, anyway, back to our plan about sending Phobos into Jupiter. No, we don't have to go back to that. People are going to get annoyed.
well, I do have something I want to talk to those of you that I've got here. Mayor, I know you said you're maybe because you're Saturdays,
Yeah, so
but
I'm going to go to the bathroom while you're having that
good.
conversation.
Trucker and Mark, you both here?
I'm here.
So I've started making what races are available in my game and what races like do what. The only two races I think I'm gonna like not allow at all right now are the automatons and the androids. I know that you can get Starfinder stuff in the Pathfinder Second Edition. I'm gonna be give and take with that, just see what I like, see what I don't. But if you guys wanna get me a character and a backstory at some point, I would love to hear it.
You've taken away my two favorite toys.
I didn't hear a word you said, man.
I don't either.
I said you've taken away my two favorite toys.
Well, the problem is automatons are government-made items, so I'm not gonna let any player be it right now. And androids, I don't have a feasible way of them being in my world right now. It might get added later on, but as of for starting out, I'm gonna say no to the androids.
That's fair. I gotta let my dog out real quick, so I'm gonna mute, and then I'll be back.
For me, wasn't the story like what's the main like story for yours? Aren't we like thieves or
You,
something?
you're rum runners, dude.
Rum runners. I was thinking of being a mouse folk.
Oh, you're free to do that because I'm gonna basically have you guys start out as rum runners, and you guys are gonna be given the option to start your own crime family and try to make it big if you want or not.
I could be a tiny mouse that says, "You come to me on the day."
Come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding and make me an offer I can't refuse. Oh, so you're gonna be like the mouse from Zootopia. Or what did they change the name of that movie to? Like Zoo Metropolis or whatever.
I have no idea.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah. Because Coda said he'd get me it sooner or later, and then I got to talk with the other guys who were in that Sunday game. But I'd like to see what you guys come up with for this, because I think it'd be fun on everybody's account.
I'd have to build it in Demiplane.
Well, yeah, that's what you're gonna do. Is you're gonna build it on
Yeah.
Demiplane. Yep. You're gonna start at level 1, and you're gonna give yourself a free archetype. That way, you have more to play with. Because I want everybody to have some real fun with this.
Speaking of fun, y'all having fun so far?
Yes.
Oh yes, I'm having a lot of fun.
You know how you could have more fun though?
I don't know. Tell me.
By checking out our sponsor, Martin Mancini.
Holy shit, Martin Mancini, he's awesome.
That was too hokey for me. I couldn't keep a straight face. Oh man. What a day.
Say, I'm rereading his third book right now because I'm doing a little off and on again writing for the new that will come out eventually Shadow Bay, Wisconsin game.
That'll be fun.
Also, I was informed that I did combat all wrong,
Nice.
and that Chaos should have gotten a chance to like dodge, counter, or attack while the other guy was attacking, and all sorts of other things. Like,
Eh.
well, that was my first time ever running Call of Cthulhu.
We were just out to do a story and have fun. We weren't exactly following the rules.
Yeah. Which I think is a big thing for us. We don't exactly follow the rules to the letter. We do what we want to make it fun. That's the beauty of this. You don't have to follow it to a T. You can do what you want with it to make it a little more interesting.
Oh man.
Oh jeez. The
Chaos is
heritage choices are crazy. Sorry.
so you guys can see why I was like kind of laughing all week about Chaos not being here on time.
Yeah.
We still have another hour before he shows up, which means he's got to speed run a whole hour of information before the session is over.
Is he gonna? Are we even gonna? You know, I'm not gonna ask that question. I want a good surprise. Oh, you know he's gonna have so many questions. Like, look, we'll fill you in off screen. How about that, bud?
We're gonna have to, or he can watch
Yeah,
the
like,
episode.
just go watch the VODs, bud. We've got too much to talk about.
All you need to know is you're in a desert and it sucks, and because of your race, you don't have to make any kind of a con save.
Oh, and don't like the sand. Any people from here? They're all sand eaters and they suck.
Well, that's your prerogative.
Damn straight it is. Their navy suck. Okay, my guy will stand by that till he dies, and even in the afterlife. Excuse me. Not gonna lie. You know what I wish we could get?
What?
Wish we get sponsored by Fantasy Soundscape, so we could actually use their stuff because they got good stuff.
I don't know who that is.
They make a lot of like fantasy ambiance musics. I'm listening to their Fantasy Desert City stuff right now. I'm loving it.
I found something good enough.
Ooh, send me the link. I want to listen to it.
Well, I mean, there you go. Oh, if I do
Wait,
any,
that's
huh?
Bardify is not.
I don't know. We'll find out. We keep getting copyright notices and then they go away.
I never touched this stuff because I always thought it was copyrighted. If this is not copyrighted, we can use a lot of this. Okay. Is this made by this? This is made by the same group.
Well, I looked up copyright free whatever, and they're like, it's copyright free, and I've been using some of their stuff. And I still
All right,
get
man.
hit with a copyright notice every once in a while, but I've seen a few of them disappear.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
I don't know. I'm too tired of looking for copyright free shit at this point that I'm just
Yeah.
deal with it when I have to deal with it. If I have to mute parts of videos, then I have to mute parts of videos. It's whatever.
Respectable. Respectable.
Not much I can do about it. It is not my fault that Lars Ulrich ruined using music in media.
Fuck you, Ulrich.
The guy's a clown. He will never not be a clown, and in fact, Metallica as a band is a giant clown shoes band because they like to sue cover bands who are not nearly as popular as they are and are just trying to make a dollar, and because they've got to rob and pillage every penny from everybody that they can because my copyright. They're just a bunch of they're all billionaires at this point. They're dirt bags, and that's just kind of the end of it.
Couldn't agree more.
I've lost the more I learn about Metallica, the more respect I lose for them. Just
Why is
waiting
there a
for
bunch of different classes to choose from? That's wild.
Dude, there are so many classes and races. There's a shite load, dude. That's why I like Pathfinder more than D&D.
Goodness. Like, I don't even know what some of these are.
Do some reading on them, man. There's some in there I think you could really like take and like micromanage it to the point where it'd be just what you want.
Playtest content. Commander.
Because Pathfinder is also the only game I'm like, I don't care if the whole party is literally one class. With all the different additives and things you can do, two people can play the same exact thing and be completely different.
well, we can keep talking. I'm just waiting for a trucker to be parked and ready to
Oh.
go. He's muted right now, so.
Oh, okay.
Walking his doggo.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, that settles that. We all ready to get moving?
Hell yeah.
All right. Let me get the music started.
So, just quick question: do you guys want me to summon my animal for Trucker and Chaos, or?
I don't know.
Well, I'm asking. I'm leaving it up to you guys because it does take a spell slot. That's why I'm asking.
I'd save it. Personally. We don't know what we might be getting ourselves into here.
All right. So for some context, you guys are basically right here. If you see where I'm pinging.
Yep.
Yeah, you're in that area.
The trees.
Yeah, well, they're giant. You're in a
Oh,
cactus
cactus.
forest.
I haven't zoomed in yet. I'm sorry.
That's all right. The thing about it is, obviously, I was working with limited space, so these things are not as close as they appear on the map. But you guys essentially need to get to about here.
All right.
So about 3 squares, so about 3 days, depending on if you can get some sort of mounts. If you get mounts, then it's going to cut it down to a day and a half.
I don't suppose you can summon more than one.
Let me check. Just gonna close his eyes and start speaking a language. No, I can only summon one right now.
I could make one of you fly, but that would be kind of burning down what I'm capable of. It only lasts for an hour.
Also dangerous. We don't want to give ourselves away, right?
Well, and I don't think you want to be impaled on these giant spikes from these giant cactus trees.
You're right, I don't. I say we hoof it for now. And then if we come across a source of things to ride, then we can do that. So
The good news is, if we do find someone that sells animals, we won't have to buy me one. I can summon mine and unsummon mine at will. Just takes 10 minutes.
Jezza,
Yes.
is it gonna stay this hot?
Oh.
Or does it at least get cooler when the sun goes down?
You remember your city, I'm sure.
Lived there my whole life.
Yeah, that's what it's going to turn into at nighttime.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Perfect is a word.
It's a nightmare.
Got it, you. You don't hear me
Why
going
don't
on
you
and
make
on about
me
how
bear
your
boy?
place. You don't hear me going on and on about how your place is some inhospitable hellhole, do you?
Because you've never been there, and you would say my place is perfect once you've been there.
I doubt it.
And you're a fool.
Well, when you
Well,
two
at least
are,
I'll be a comfortable fool.
when you two are done being idiots, does anybody have any kind of cloth or anything at all that we could try to hang up in some branches to make a tent, or are we that screwed?
Give me a moment.
And I
Where's
guess we could
my-
take some of my clothes and turn those into a tent.
You guys could roll me a history check if you'd like.
History.
I'm trying to see if I've got a tent or not.
I haven't got my dice out yet, so this is just gonna have to suffice.
That's an 8 for me.
A 7. Oof.
I still have that rug. I know that. History.
Wait, which rug?
That one rug from the place where the crazy lady was.
Yep.
The corpse house.
You don't need to give me a history check anymore. You have
Also,
that giant rug.
Yeah, soft 20 on that for the history check. Yeah, I'll pull out the giant rug. I have this.
Oh, good. We don't have to, ruin the jacket my wife made for me.
I also have, yeah. Does anyone have a tent? Anything like that? I don't.
You guys
Gone
wouldn't
over
know-
this.
Well, you guys wouldn't even know what the hell a tent is.
We've gone over this, yeoman. We live in a cold wasteland. Tenting, whatever a tent is, if it involves sleeping outside, it's a death sentence.
I look over at our desert friend and back to them. God, your people's land suck.
Well, not everything can be sunshine and rainbows.
That's why it
Ironically,
sucks.
Ironically, Yorman, it is often sunshine and rainbows
Yeah,
in the
yeah, that's
Freeman
why.
Isles.
That's why. Yeah, that's why he's like, this is why your land sucks.
Yeah, it
Why is
is.
there sunshine and rainbows and rain almost all the time and hot rocks that he can just sleep on?
Yeah, you
It's
basically
paradise to lizards.
you live in everybody's the fantasy version everybody has of Florida once they've been to Florida. That's what the Freeman
Yeah.
Isles are like.
Yeah, it's like it's the Paradise Isles. That's basically all it is.
It is a beautiful semi-tropical location with the most beautiful people, the best food.
Yeah, in one way. I love it.
Sounds awful.
Everywhere you go that is not the Freeman Isles, especially because I mean it is so vastly different from the mainland. Everywhere in comparison is just horrendous.
Mm-hmm. He just hates it.
I mean, the Freeman Isles, once you get to the nitty gritty, sucks for different reasons, but it's not the weather.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, well,
You guys go for about an hour, and I need another Constitution saving throw for Elijah.
Fantastic. Still
plus
plus four.
bud.
Yep.
Yep. As long as you're within 30 feet of me.
Oh
Or,
no.
not 30, but 10 feet. I'm sorry.
What is it?
Oh,
Oh,
no. It's
got a
a
nat
2.
one, didn't you?
Yeah, that's
No. That's a 2 plus 3 for a 5 plus 4, so the total is a 9. But I rolled a 2.
yeah, that's gonna have to give you exhaustion, big cat.
Bear, question for you in your world. Does lesser restoration cure a point of exhaustion? Because in game it just says you touch a creature can either end one disease or condition afflicting it. The condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. Does this also work with exhaustion in your world?
I would say so.
Okay, I'll look to our friend. You doing all right, Bear Man?
Panting harder than he's ever panted in his life. No, I'm not. These desert clothes are just awful.
Yeah, that's what I liked about Vuldar. You know, if you get cold, you can put more things on, but here in Ashfall, you can't. You can only take so much off.
All right. How far are we from making camp, would you say?
Oh, probably another. Well, we've only been traveling for about an hour and a half at this point, so we've got about another.
7 to go.
Yeah, about 6.5, 7.
I don't think Bear Guy's gonna be able to make that.
Well, at least you reset his disadvantage. on
I
the
haven't
next one.
casted it yet.
Are you not going to?
I'm trying to think strategically because I only have a limited number of that. Would it be wise to get him on a damn animal so he's using less energy?
I don't know. That's up to you.
Okay. I'm asking you this. Throw away your pride for a minute. Do you want to ride on an animal so you're not wasting as much energy?
You know what, at this point? Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to use both. I'm going to use both of my second level slots. One to cast Lesser Restoration, so he no longer has the exhaustion, and 2 to cast Fine Steed. And Mayor, if you will let me flavor what this steed is, I'm gonna have just use camel stats, but can I flavor what it looks like?
Yeah.
If the words camel and spider come out of your mouth,
I'm a dragon bull. I'm a dragonkin.
I'm going to hurt.
Let me explain. It looks like a giant, like sand, like draconic sand lizard, with like 6 big legs, a long back, a long neck, and a long tail, that the tail has like a bunch of little spikes on it, not for damage or anything, but just for, it can use to be trick prey into one eating it. Yeah, you're riding a giant 6-legged sand drake. I'm gonna call you Sandy. And I'm gonna toss the tiefling and motion for the bear to get on.
This has got to be one of the weirdest things I've ever seen, and I saw my uncle turn into a tree.
Oh, wait till we get to water. You'd love to see what I can summon for that.
I'd rather not.
The
And I'll climb up. I'll climb up.
the eldritch old gods horrors of the waters.
Oh yeah, I got some fun ones with that, dude. I've been looking at what you can do with find seed and summon seed and stuff. There's some fun shit.
I'm just talking about what I have in my water.
Yeah, but yeah, this thing just uses a camel stat. So if we get into combat or something, just use camel stats for it.
You guys continue to walk. Would you like to roll a perception check? Or any kind of forgery checks for food?
Would forgery be survival?
Yeah.
I guess I'm just rolling to keep a lookout from my elevated vantage point.
You can make a
I was gonna
perception
say,
if you'd like.
My survival is really bad. Does anybody else want to do survival? Because I've got a +6 in perception, so.
Or the dice taketh
Oof.
and they give.
Let's see what I can get. Ooh, nat 20.
You find, which is both a blessing and a curse given your current situation, you find that you could easily, now this is easily, you could get much more, but you could easily gather 20 pounds of cactus pears.
Prickly pears, yeah.
No, they look safe to eat. They're not going to hurt you, but yeah, it appears to be some sort of fruit growing from these cactuses.
Those look like they might have something juicy inside.
How many pounds of cactus pears do you grab?
As many as I can carry so everybody can have some. So...
Are you just going to keep maxing out your weight on your character sheet?
I mean, I'm gonna, like, distribute them to everybody. Saying, like, hang on to these. Do not eat all of these at once.
So maybe
You-
5 pounds each or something like that.
Yes.
Alright. Everybody receives 5 pounds, or about a week and a half's worth of rations of these cactus pears.
Good old prickly pears.
If you guys were to open a fruit stand, you'd be doing pretty well right now.
Prickly pears, I haven't seen these.
I've
in forever.
never had one, but I've heard they're delicious.
They are very delicious.
By the way, I rolled an 18 for a 26 on my guard duty perception roll.
You see some hyenas, or in your perception, strange looking dogs that see you, but they see the sand drake and quickly take off. They don't seem to want to fight.
Those are some weird looking dogs.
Do you see hyenas?
I don't know. I've never seen one before.
Okay, did it look big? Like a mohawk or spots on it or stripes?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, they look really weird.
They have a
Yeah,
giant
never
smile,
seen
too.
Well, go. Get down. Shit.
Well, hold on.
Go.
Question for you. Were they on 4 legs or 2 legs?
4, I think.
Okay. Well,
Shit.
Another hour goes by, and I will need that Constitution saving throw this time, straight, since you got saved by Yorman.
I gotta
Does
ask, does he get advantage because he's riding on the back of an animal?
Probably
And
not.
has prickly pears.
No.
Also, probably not.
Yeah, none of these things are exactly helping. He's just.
It's just gonna
And
be
great
straight
might
plus
be-
my con save and
Plus
that plus 4.
Yep.
Please don't screw me. You almost killed
You
me.
better.
Oh, come on. That's a 9 plus 3 for a 12 plus 4, 16.
You're okay. You're still going to have to make them, but you're okay for now.
Better be. I have no more. I don't have any more lesser restorations.
The
So
problem is he's kind of put himself on a path of needing 3 successes or fails at this point, unless he had opportunities to auto pass like Nimbleton, but we are kind of beyond that at this point. After another 10 minutes of traveling, I need you all to you come to a clearing, and I'll need you all to make me another perception check.
come on. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. 21.
17.
17 as well.
Hopefully this was the right map. They all look the same. As you guys are breaking the clearing, you see these camels.
What the fuck are those?
They're camels. They're wild, unfortunately. We're probably going to have to try our best to tame them, but...
We kill one for food too.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Let's kill one for food, scare the rest of them, so none of us get mounts.
Could kill you instead.
Go for it.
Let's just calm down. So do you know this trick, or is there a trick to befriending one of these camels?
We have pairs. The best we can do is try.
I guess
Good
so.
luck. Good luck. I'm gonna keep the Sandrake away from them. This thing will spook them. And I'm gonna motion for the Drake to kind of hide itself under a hill or anything, if there's any way to hide it.
There's nowhere to hide it, but they don't seem perturbed by its presence, but
Yeah.
I figure if it
Like,
gets any further, it might not be so good.
Alright, I'll just I'll have it sit low, go flat on the earth, kind of you know how snakes and lizards will shake their body in the sand and kind of bury themselves just a tad bit.
Yeah.
I'll have it do that just to seem non-hostile and stuff.
So would you guys like to try to tame them?
Sure.
How would you like to go about this?
I don't know how it's gonna work with me because I look like a predator to them, probably.
You look like a predator. The 7.5 foot, 400-pound bear is gonna scare the shit out of them.
You also have to remember the environment they're in. This is a heavily hostile environment. They've probably seen horrors beyond your imagination.
I guess
Fair.
I would just slowly walk up to him and probably just holding out a pear or something, and
You see
just
Jezariah doing the same thing.
maybe slightly saying, "Come on, it's just a little hydration."
They don't understand you. You don't have to do
Shut
that.
your trap, goddammit! I'm trying to tame a freaking camel.
A beast you've never seen before until just now.
All right.
It's something new. It's something cool. Okay.
With the pair in hand, you can roll an animal handling with advantage.
What is everybody's animal handling actually?
Is +3.
2.
So
Why have a higher-
18 on the first one, and the second one's bad, so 18.
With your pluses and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy enough. Which one are you approaching?
I would probably approach this one.
Right, I will mark that one as red. You can have red.
Yes.
I will put. I wonder if they got a little symbol for that. Is there a happy face instead of all these angry symbols that I'm seeing on the screen? Oh, little angel
think
wings.
there's some,
There we go. Angel wings. It's a happy guy. This one here is the one that Jezza goes for, and he is also seemingly successful in this mission.
Now, can you? I'm just gonna say. Now, what about your friends? Do they want some pears as well?
And I'm gonna like start digging another one out.
Yes, get us more.
You're gonna
Get us an army.
You're gonna help everybody else get one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. I'm
You're
fine
better
with
at
that.
handling them than I
Oh.
am, man.
Hold on. Who is this? Is this Chaos?
It's
Yeah.
me, finally. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Unfortunately, Mark, I do need to pause you for a second.
That's
Mhm.
totally
Oh god, yes, he's awake.
Nope, not quite yet. Chaos.
Hmm?
In your head, from a familiar voice, you just keep hearing, "Strange place. Strange place. We're in a very, very strange place. I don't know what's going on. Very strange place." And you normally feel a sense of comfort while you're resting, but all you feel is blinding pain. Your eyes start to slowly open, and you swear that you are blind because you can't really see, because for the first time ever you're actually seeing the sun properly, and it is extremely hot, and you start to kind of like adjust very slowly. You're hearing Nimbleton go, "Here's a good pair," you just, "That's a good animal," all this other stuff. And then you start looking, and you are bound by chain inside of a rug on top of this big leathery creature you've never seen before.
Huh? Hey, what's going on there?
Oh, it's awake.
First of all, why is it so bright? And another, why the hell am I tied up?
Calm down, your voice is too raspy. I need
Look
water in
at
a
what
minute.
look at what animals that I just tamed. I'm gonna try and get you guys some too.
Well, you actually don't know about your 2-bit. This is going on while you're.
Ah, dang it.
Go ahead and
And
Go ahead and give me
course,
that.
my ping goes to hell.
Go ahead and give me another animal handling on. I assume you're just going to the one next to.
Nat 20.
Yeah,
Mother flipper!
easy enough.
Ah,
I will just
sorry,
say with
my
that.
fucking ping just lag spiked me again.
I will say with that Nat 20, the rest of them are friendly now because that was too good, and this whole segment has been so funny that I'm just going to preemptively award you an inspiration and keep it pushing.
Yes!
The the camel's inner monologue went thusly: "This weird cat thing is wanting to feed us. He is our friend now."
He is our friend. We shall
So-
protect him.
And I'm just gonna be talking to him as I bring them back.
So there's gonna be a bear when you guys come back.
Oh shit!
He's nice. He's super nice. Don't worry about him.
Bear, what's a
kind of like-
bear?
I'm just waving
He's
Nimbleton
gonna
like,
be pretty much the same size, if not a little smaller than you guys maybe. Well, probably the same size.
you feel a metal hand on your shoulder as Jezariah puts his hand on you, and he just says, "They are camels, my friend. They do not understand you."
I don't give a shit. Who has 4 and who has 1?
Technically, you only have one. You got them from the others, so we all have an equal amount. None of us are more special than the other.
That's a bunch
No,
of
he has
baloney
2.
because I'm the one that literally am friends with 4. You're only
know what?
friends with 1.
You know what? You're actually right. It is a bunch of baloney because none of us are equal here. We're all better than Omen, who is tied up right now and still asleep. So I guess you got me there. It was baloney.
You're just
Hey
upset because you
guys.
can only get 1.
Hello? I'm actually awake now.
But
Oh,
he's
Guys,
gonna
he's
love seeing these
awake.
camels. These are gonna be so cool to him.
put a pin in that for now, Nimbleton. Jezariah comes back and he puts. You see Chaos, the wizard that you guys were fighting before, put a metal hand on your chest. You see fire erupt from his hands, and the rug and rope that had you bound burn away without harming you. There you go.
Don't kill him. Please don't kill him.
Okay.
Do it. Do it.
Not yet, at least. We'll just kind of feel these out for right now.
I mean, I've
Did you get all the camels?
Yes.
Thanks. I'm hungry.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. These guys are nice. I forgot to warn you about this one. He's I don't know. He's just weird.
Relax. Relax. I'm not gonna eat them. We need a pack animal too.
Okay, he's nice. Don't worry about him.
Just keep him away from Sandy. He gets peckish. I'm just petting my lizard, my giant sand drake.
Yeah. So, Chaos, for context, you don't know what environment you're in, but it is basically like Vuldar, except for the ground is extremely soft, and everything is burning hot all of the time. And you're particularly miserable because you're still wearing your winter clothes as Jezariah reaches into a side bag and hands you new clothes. You're going to want to put those on or you're not going to make it much further. How did you not cook in that
Alright,
log?
give me a... Key manipulation.
absorbs
Kept my
heat.
body temperature cool.
Yeah, whatever.
Just give me 2 seconds to change. He'll just go around the beast real quick.
Beast has a name.
He doesn't know that.
I literally said Sandy's name. I literally said it's.
He just woke up from...
Over my head. Stupid slatches. Ow! Okay, that wasn't supposed to pinch there. Okay, there we go. He'll just come back around. Just dress up in a more summer version of his gi. Alright, so can someone please explain to me what the hell is going on? I fall asleep for I don't know how long, and all of a sudden I wind up in this place!
About...
Like, seriously!
You have been asleep for a day and 3 quarters at this point.
Oh.
You had quite the
Wow,
nap.
that's a lot. Gee, Nimbleton, you better be careful. I might take your spot as the top napper. He just has a shitty grin at that.
That's not possible.
I just imagine Nimbleton draws a blade and like, shut your mouth.
No, that's just not possible. You can't love sleep as much as I do.
Either way, so again, can someone explain to me, first of all, why we're here? Because I apparently wasn't privy to that conversation since I was sleeping.
Magic.
I'll give you the abridged version. You idiots ruined my plan to kill my father. You brought us back to my home country. You are in Ashfall. We are now gathering an army, hopefully, to wage war against the city of Sidar and kill my father that way. Creepy Johnny is my creation. I've been looking through his eyes, so I know exactly who you are. You are Omen the Lost. That is Yorman the Whore. That is the tribal chief Elijah, and this is Nimbleton the Restless. And what else was there? Yeah, if you kill me, you're screwed. And you know what? If either one of you die, I'm screwed. So here's the best part. We all may not like each other anymore, but we're gonna have to start. Also,
Head
your friend is
slow,
from
head
the
tilt.
Freeman's Isles. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
by the
still don't
way,
think
I
I know
am...
what that is.
Yeah, he wouldn't, but I mean, he's just saying everything to catch him up to speed, and he goes, "Oh, and by the way, you know, you knew me as Jezza. I'm not Jezza. My name is Jezariah Sidar. I am the rightful prince of Sidar. I hate my father. He's an abusive psychopath. I want to kill him, and then I want to leave this place as fast as possible and reintegrate into Vuldarian society as fast as I can."
Slowly tilts head the other way. So you got a psychotic father figure as well.
That mine's worse.
Well, considering he all but threatened to basically deal with me when he finds me, and he was able to connect to me in my dreams, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you'll find out. Oh, and that's their symbol, and he points at Yorman's very scratched up chest. You see a semblance of an image. His Yorman's now wearing plate mail. That is, the chest is red. There's a three-headed cobra that is gold, and there are three swords going through. There's a sword going through each head, intersecting at the bottom. All in gold.
That's a shit enchanted. It won't come off.
Yeah, you know, my father spares many expenses in many places, but when it comes to making everybody look their very best in the guard, he went a step above and beyond.
You maniac bastard.
Really? Okay. So, anything else I missed, or was that it?
The people that design the suits for government officials, their company name is Jorge Jefe, in case you were wondering.
Okay.
Oh, and we're going to try to make a deal with our first group of friends, the sadistic, cannibalistic hunter tribe of gnolls, who has got some sort of unknown leader guiding them to constant warfare against the city of Sidar. And then we gotta try to make more friends after that, because I don't know how many gnolls there are, but they haven't had that kind of success really with the government, so we need more friends.
Okay.
So anyway, if you want to survive, you're gonna want to get on one of these camels and see if we can cut the 3-day journey in half. But we've only got another 4 or so hours before we need to camp.
Alrighty. So which one is available? Since I'm taking each one gets their own.
You guys can choose whichever one. Nimbleton's got red. Jezza's getting on blue.
Yorman, is it
I'll
going to
take
cost
that.
you anything to keep your friend here?
No. He's here till he dies. Or I
I'll stay
banish him.
riding. I'll stay riding on Sandy then.
Cool, you're riding with me. Because I'm going to hop up on the front of Sandy.
The other 2 camels are just so enamored with Nimbleton, they're going to come with you anyway.
Oh, hang
Use,
on.
use them as
I
pack
don't,
animals.
I don't ride, bitch. I'm gonna get on green. I'll
Hey,
get on
you get back
green.
here. Damn it. Okay, fan artist, I'll pay you $100. I need me and your bitch writing on the back of Sandy. Got it. I know my next fan art for Fox. Gonna get that written down.
I'll
You think a leather
carefully
G-strap for you?
fuck off. I'll carefully approach green and offer it a prickly pear and be like, "Sorry, bud."
It. I assume you start slowly guiding it down so you can mount green, whatever you want to name
Yeah.
them. That's up to you.
I've never seen one of you before.
It's with your weird stubby bear legs, because bears have hilariously shaped legs. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get on there, but the camel doesn't seem to mind.
Oh, this is awkward.
Then it stands up, which is very awkward for you.
Oh,
And you guys begin to take off again. The journey is now a little more pleasant, as...
this
What?
this feels unnatural.
You get used to it. It's no different than a horse. It's a desert horse.
Those exist.
Yeah, but they're expensive.
Yeah, most tribes
I think
consider
this
those things
is
sacred to
cool.
them. That's why I prefer Sandy.
Another hour passes, and I need what could possibly be the final check or save for you, Elijah.
Fun.
One more. It's all, for all of the marbles.
Wait, hold on. Ah, damn it, it's just damage. I was gonna give you divine favor, but it doesn't work against saving throws.
That's still my con plus his plus 4, right?
Yep.
Oh, please
Okay,
work.
that's better. That's a 12 on the die, plus 3, 15, 19.
With that, finally, as you're about approaching the time where you need to start resting, you feel that you're going to be able to make it.
It's starting to feel less like hell.
Who wants first watch?
I'll take it.
I
Can
can
you,
do
or you about to
second
pass
watch.
out?
Or I can do first. It doesn't matter.
I don't
I'll
have
take
exhaust. I don't have exhaustion anymore.
Alright, so let's... Yeah, I'll say the next 2 hours pass and you guys begin to set up who is doing... Who's going first.
I'll take first. My
I'll take
passive is
second.
good enough.
Who's next?
I can
Nimbleton.
go next.
Or, yeah, I don't care.
You can go next. I'll go after you, Nimbleton.
I will just put you after that. And then... Do you want the last watch, Omen? Or do you
I'll
want...
take last watch.
Okay. Alright. As night begins to fall, I need that perception check from you, Elijah.
I can either roll for it or my passive is an 18.
I will say your passive is good enough. You don't see
Alright.
a whole lot. You do see some snakes. you see a couple of errant lizards, and what really catches you, though, is the night sky that's forming above you. You have never seen stars like this before. The moon is full, and you're starting to see what we would know today as, like, the rings of our galaxy.
Oh, Sutter, I wish you could see this. It's beautiful.
Go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, Lord. It's a... Oh, no. That's a 5 plus 2 for a 7.
That's good enough. It's nothing. It wasn't so much a pass or fail, it's exactly what it would have happened to you, but while you hear nothing, you do feel kind of a calming warmth pass through you like a very fast breeze after you say that.
Oh, no. Alright.
And unless there's something else you're hoping to do, we can get up Nimbleton if you so choose.
Oh, I'll, wipe away my tears, and then I'll, go and gently wake him up for his shift.
Alright. Nimbleton, you're up.
Ooh, yay. Nat 20.
I don't even know what that... I didn't actually have something planned for that, so...
That's fine. I just rolled it. My dice love me tonight.
You know what? I have something perfect for this. You see all the same things that I described to Elijah. The only difference is you're not seeing any wildlife. But what really catches your eye, as you can't help but drift your gaze towards the night sky, you see several streaks of light shooting across the night sky. Hundreds of them, thousands of them.
And he's just going, oh, whoa,
Every
whoa.
every once in a while you see a small but harmless explosion. A quick burst of fire that seems too far away to harm anything, as these streaks of light go flying by.
And he's just mesmerized. He's like, wow.
Congratulations, you are one of the few people in a long time to see a meteor shower.
Nice, dude.
And with that, you are free to wake up Yorman.
So, I'm just gonna, yo, Norman, there was a bunch of lights in the sky. They're exploding. It's pretty
He just wakes-
mesmerizing.
I just imagine Yorman snuggling with Sandy a little bit, wakes up. What? Lights? Cool, bud.
Yeah,
You
it's
get
your
some
turn
rest.
to watch now.
Okay. Sandy, come on. I'm sorry. And I just realized Sandy now has an intelligence of 6 and can speak one language of my choosing. So yeah, I'm gonna have me and Sandy are gonna take watch. I'm gonna have Sandy kind of like just not like go too far out, but just go out a little bit farther than me to make a perimeter. Like, you know how animals be like they can sense or feel if something's out there, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
go lay by my camel.
Very smart. Lay with your animals in this area. Otherwise, they can and you will die. What do I need to roll?
Perception, as usual,
Yeah, I'm gonna get out the mini dice for this.
as is tradition.
Nat 20, baby.
You are also now seeing this meteor shower. And what really surprises you is one of them seems to stop for a second in front of you. Yo, in front of you being a relative term. One of the balls of light does stop and seems to hover around for a little bit before taking off in a completely opposite direction than you thought would be possible, and disappears. As you are kind of in the later part of the night, you do hear the distant sounds of some laughter from hyenas, but it seems too far away to be anything worth getting too worked up about. And as you let all of that sink in, with the thoughts of home in your mind, it is time to get up Omen.
Can I ask one question real quick though?
Absolutely.
So the meteorite that fell in an opposite direction, like, how far off would you say it fell? Like, far off that I could never find it, or did it fall off in a direction that I think us in the party could find?
Well, the thing is it was a glowing ball that had stopped and stood still, and then it took off.
You saw an alien life.
Oh.
You're the one of the first people to ever have an encounter with the UFO.
Above game.
Remember, Gondor's kind of like looking around, like he's like, "Hey, all the bottles are still full. I didn't drink anything."
It's scary.
Well, it's even scarier because this isn't modern times, so nobody's going to believe him.
Yeah, no one's gonna believe me. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna. Him and Sandy are gonna walk over to Omen. And I'm gonna nudge Sandy, like tell him, wake Omen up for me.
Omen, you're being shaken awake by a giant monster.
Sandrake.
Well, he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Stop shaking me. Alright, I'm up. My turn for watch.
Yeah. I saw a couple hyenas in the distance, but I don't think they're gonna deal with us. You want Sandy, or are you good?
I'm good.
He can. He can. I will give him some company. Jezariah says as he kind of gets up and stretches.
You
Okay,
sure
behave,
you
you
want to
two.
do that? Wouldn't you rather sleep?
No. Peculiar situation. It doesn't really matter what I want. Plus, you're the only one that probably has questions, and I don't want to answer them during the day.
You're not wrong. I do have a few questions. He'll just get up and go to a position where he can get comfortable in a sort of Caesar style of sitting, just tucking his legs under him.
I will need you to roll me a perception check.
Alright, perception. 19 on the die plus 5 is 24.
You're kind of at that stage where the sky is starting to look, lighten in color. So you're not seeing a whole lot of stars anymore. But the area does seem calm. You do hear the camels sleeping and everything else, but you're not seeing or hearing anything of particular consequence.
Right. Seems like we'll be clear for the time being.
I suppose.
I think I'll just start with the obvious as to how exactly did we get here, since I've been indisposed of for the past day or so.
Well, you idiots ruined my plan and destroyed a orb, and it sent us here.
The orb then emerged from a pile of corpses.
Yep, it was taking souls.
The same pile of corpses I had set on fire at the start of this. At the start of that little scuffle.
Yep.
Okay. That explains that at least. Now, a different question. This one's more geared towards Creepy Johnny, as we're fond of calling him.
Hey, what is that?
Hmm?
Somebody was playing anime.
What was that?
I don't know.
Someone was watching a clip or something.
Anyway, sorry.
In regards to Creepy Johnny, how exactly did you come about creating, inventing? Like, what brought him along? Like, what was the inspiration for him, I would say?
Oh, we have thousands of him here. It was very easy to make, but I wanted something more special, something that could make its own decisions within a certain set of guidelines, and so I just kept dumping different magics into him, and then, like I explained to your friends, I figured, I hate Horace Cold Iron. That's why he has a problem with Horace Cold Iron. I built him to kill him. I built Creepy Johnny to kill him. I never even named him, by the way. That's the part that still gets me. Is Creepy Johnny no longer is anything that I made. I figured that he needed to be more well-rounded than a killing machine, otherwise he's no different than the thousands that we have in this stupid country of ours. So I let him start reading. And he got way too good at it. And then he kept reading. And then at one point he got so good at reading that he could read 15 books at one time. Something went very wrong in his making, and it caused him to stiffen up like a board and hit the ground. He woke up, insisted on being called Creepy Johnny, and he just left. And the last I heard, he had bought or opened or whatever a bar because he had gotten into drink mixing manuals, and now every once in a while I can see through his eyes, but my ability to do that is forever waning. That's how I know who you are.
Explains that. Now, hypothetically speaking, if you could you how do I phrase this?
Best way to phrase something is the simplest way. Let's not dance around our desires.
I'm sorry, I'm still trying to come to grips with this whole situation myself. Say if we did succeed in all this and you wind up taking power over this place, would you still be content with what you did, knowing what you've done, or will you just look for something else to do? Like, say, as if that's done, now to find something else to do.
Oh, I'm abandoning this place the minute we kill my father. I'm not taking power of anything. The only thing I've taken power over is my own life. Something that I was denied since I was little. I will no longer allow anything to deny me the power over my own life. I make my own decisions. After this is done, we're going to get down onto one of those boats in the southern port, and we're going to have to sail the long way to Vuldar, because after we do what we have to do, the closest port to Port Dread is likely to be shut down. And, well, whatever we gotta do for each other to survive is what we're going to do.
Right. In that case, fair warning, then. If the individual that's been linking to me in my dreams is potentially capable of tracking me through my slumber, well, good news, we might not have to deal with them, at least in this point in time. Bad news, if we do wind up encountering the individual, I'm afraid it'll be out of our league to fight and to even try and escape from him. From the way from how he spoke to the way he carried himself, even as an astral projection, it's safe to say that they're sufficiently strong enough to view crossing whatever meager distance to get to me as a non-issue.
If it comes up in one of our trials, then it comes up.
Fair enough.
Like I said, my only goal is to get back to Vuldar, get you back to Vuldar, and as long as you all do not have a problem with me anymore, I will be able to reintegrate into the city as a completely different person.
I have no issue with you personally.
Well, that's better than the rest of these, well, rest of them so far.
If doing what it takes to take control of your own destiny means painting yourself as a villain, I say at least make it so people are as confused about you as those who you help and hinder are. The harder it is for people to ascertain whether or not you're actually evil at heart or simply misguided, or just driven by a different purpose altogether. It boils down to, I feel, how far you're willing to go versus what lines you're not willing to cross for sake of your own moral compass.
I have no moral compass, Omen. All I can say to you is I'm working to be a better person, and that's all I can do. Whatever happens, happens. I'm dedicated to helping you people, whether you like it or not. Hopefully you don't decide to kill me afterwards, and then I can continue my journey into being better. But all I can do is the best I can do. I'm not terribly worried about my moral compass or anybody else's.
Well then, for everything it's worth up to this point, I feel like, at the very least, I am not directly opposed to you anymore. As for the others, I can't speak for them, nor will I even try to.
Oh,
It's apparent that each of them have issues regarding your stance on this matter, but I at least am willing to look past what you've done to see what you can do in the future.
well,
Just
Nimbleton,
hold out a hand to shake at that.
he shakes your hand, but he does say, well, Nimbleton is a massive irritant, but I don't think he has any true ill will towards me. Your tribal chief over there is going to probably take a little work, but I'm sure he'll come around, and, well, I'll have to work on the master racist that summoned that beast, but I'm sure he'll come to learn that I'm not so bad. After all, I gifted him plate mail, so he can rest assured that I have no real ill will towards him, despite us being born in two politically adversarial nations.
I can agree with you about Nyx. He is very much antagonistic in nature, but he's not necessarily malicious about it.
He's just testing
Halden.
people.
He gets too much of a kick out of it, honestly. I feel like it's gonna backfire on him, and he's gonna wind up indented in a wall one of these days.
He'll be fine.
Cats have 9 lives, after all. He has a little sardonic grin at that. Holden, Elijah, whatever we want to try and call him. He's a stickler, but once you learn how to see the softness underneath that hard exterior of his, he can be very willing to lend an ear to for you.
As far as I'm concerned, he is my tribal chief. That much I acknowledge.
Jormungand, however, I still don't know how to. I don't know.
You never will. He's a pirate. You don't know what that is. We won't get into it.
Alright. Though. Never mind.
No, speak your mind. There's no point in hiding things.
What's your opinion about dreams in general?
What do you mean?
Are they just reflections of our memories, or are a means for other entities to communicate with us?
There's validity in both.
I can certainly say that for sure. Aside from the entity who claims to be my father, there is another entity who has occasionally contacted me as well. She is certainly more easier to get along with, but
Be careful with
He'll just-
dealing with entities, Omen. Even if they seem good, they are not always.
she seems to be more focused on a not necessarily pacifistic approach, but more of a peaceful approach to using strength. And I've been finding myself agreeing with that way of thinking, of while standing up to protect yourself and defending those who can't, at the same time not using that same strength you're given to bully and oppress.
Yeah, well, take it from a person that has grown up in it. Pacification to what end? And as he says that, he just turns around and walks back to camp.
He'll just let out a sigh at that and just, while keeping his senses around him, he'll just slowly start meditating as the light starts to trickle in.
With that, you all begin to slowly wake up. With your breakfast of cactus pears.
I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but we might want to try to actually hunt something in this desert.
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be hard. I mean, the things that you can kill are quickly flanked by things that can kill you, so we'd have to be smart about it, and unfortunately there's little lizards and little snakes, and that's not exactly the most.
I don't eat reptiles.
Then you're going to be in one hell of a horrible spot.
Oh, come on, Yorman. You just gotta live with the bare necessities.
I don't eat reptiles.
So did anybody else see those bright lights last night?
What lights? The sun was coming up for me, so.
Ah, there were some lights that were like flying through the sky. Something I'd never seen before.
Those are called
Nick-
stars, Nix. They're not that special.
No,
Well, these
no.
ones were flying pretty darn fast.
Nixley, I have a question. Did any of them stop for you?
No, I never saw one that stopped. They all just went in the same direction. That's kind of weird. If they're stars and they're flying, they shouldn't stop.
Yormungand's just gonna look at the fruit in his bag. This hasn't gone rotten, has it?
Shouldn't. You just got it.
I know, he thinks he's going crazy. He honestly thinks he was drunk last night.
But I do agree, these pairs, as suitable as they are for right now, some meat would be amazing.
Something salty would be perfect.
Well, if you could sift it out of the sand, there's plenty of salt.
Don't tempt me.
I wouldn't. You'd be at it for the rest of your life. Come on, let's mount up. Let's get out of here.
Lead
We
the
s-
way, oh
If we
sandy
see
one.
anything on our treks, just spot it out and we'll see if we can hunt it, I guess.
You guys get on your camels and mount up. An hour passes. You're in more of a clearing now. You're seeing the trees around you. This clearing that you guys had reached in the forest seems to be quite large. But you do see that eventually you'll be back under the cover of the cactuses. But as you continue, you can roll perception to see if you can find any creatures to eat.
I'll roll for it.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, what's divine sense?
23.
Oh, baby. So 19 on the die plus 8. 27.
Nice.
Sorry.
You said perception, right?
Yep.
17.
Omen.
I got a 23.
Who am I missing?
Next.
Nixley.
I got a 15.
You guys don't so much as see any animals, but at one point, as you're traveling, you hear a dull but hollow thud.
Like something big fell over?
No, like you stepped onto some floorboards almost.
Whoa,
Anyone
else hear that?
Everybody slow down.
Omen's gonna take out his spear butt end first and just hit the ground where he's stepping.
Roll an investigation.
Can I help?
Investigation.
Assist?
Yeah, if you'd like
That's-
to help, you can give them advantage.
Thank you. Alright, it's as opposed to a 17, it was a 21.
You start poking around, and it's like sand, nothing, and then all of a sudden you hear thunk.
Thunk, thunk. I found something.
I say we check it out.
He'll just get down on his knees and just start sweeping the sand, just start digging through the sand to try and find.
Yes, I
How-
would too.
As you guys begin digging, you find a long wooden crate.
What the hell?
How long would you say it is? Is it long enough for a human body? Or is it
It's not
like
the same thing.
No, you guys are digging it up with too much ease for it to be a coffin.
Oh, thank God.
his eyebrow will just go up a little? I think this is a dead drop for someone.
Oh, fuck.
He'll just start inspecting the crate for any heraldry or any like hidden symbols.
I think that would be... What would that be, Flame? Is that another investigation?
You're looking for what exactly?
Symbols.
Like hidden symbols. Like
Perception or
clear-cut marks of the... Yeah, clear
Perception or investigation
drop
up to your
marks.
DM.
I'll say perception.
Yeah, if you're just looking perception, if you're like actually like touching and moving, investigation.
Oh no, he is like moving it around trying to find it. So I'm gonna do investigation because this is more of a hands-on like looky-loo.
I'm gonna hold up a crowbar as he's doing that.
Dirty 20.
Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to find something to adequately show you guys what the... There we go, that's perfect. This is what the case would look like. Sorry, people watching, I can't show this because of possible copyright. It looks a lot like that.
Oh.
Ooh, a sniper rifle. Oh.
Yes, a sniper.
See it on our
It is
page.
like a sniper rifle case. What wouldn't? But,
If anybody's-
any
Okay. Shh.
Sorry, go
is
ahead.
there any latches on it, or is it just
Yeah,
like
there's-
fit?
There's a handle, there's latches, and to resolve your last question, no, there does not appear to be any symbols.
Satisfied that his curiosity is even more piqued, he's gonna try and undo the latches.
Wait.
Okay.
Check it for
He'll just
traps.
back away from it.
I want to check this for traps or anything.
Right.
I don't know.
That
me-
might
help
be a
me-
good idea, especially if it is a dead drop.
I've
In that
heard
case,
rumors
help-
these sand peoples know dark magic.
Oh my god.
Slow head turns to
That's
Jormungand.
a little.
Well,
It's
in
actually
that case,
true. My father forced me to learn necromancy, so he's not wrong by any stretch of the imagination. You
I
actually
just
do
do the
you see a
I do
look
the
of-
El Dorado hand point.
Yeah, you just see kind of like a very anime moment. You're doing the hand point, like gesturing at him, and you just see like this look of shame and displeasure on a very dejected Jezariah's face, who does not seem to be proud of the school of magic that he was forced into.
You'll act like I'm fucking racist. I'm just pointing out the goddamn obvious.
I didn't say you were ever wrong about your little cutesy
Not you, them.
observations.
Not you, them. Do you think it's trapped in necrotic magic?
Probably not.
I got a 21 to check for traps anyway, so
You're not seeing any traps. Or detecting any, I guess, is a word that we could use.
right. So far it seems like
Omen?
it's safe.
Omen, do you feel comfortable opening this, or do you want somebody else to open it?
I've got quick reflexes. I can jump out of the way if it's dangerous.
I'm not afraid of reflex. I'm afraid of it being a curse or something.
Well, better me than anyone else. And he goes to undo the latches.
Let's hope it's something good.
You undo the latches. Do you open up the box?
Yes.
You hear as air seems to escape.
How long was this thing under here?
Return the
Don't even. Don't you?
Return the slab.
Return the
Return the slab.
No, there's no.
Okay, well, okay, everybody knock it off.
Oh god.
Just because it's canceled doesn't mean we can't get DMCA'd over it.
Oh,
You can't for that.
No, it's just a reference. You're fine as long as I don't play the show. We're okay.
You can make references all you want. They can't DMCA you for that.
You guys,
I don't think.
Not yet.
once you open the lid, there seems to be a black cloth over it.
Keep teasing me, why don't you? He'll just slowly pull the cloth off.
Inside, you find 2 different bags. You also see what appears to be like a claymore that seems to be very, very fancy. You see a fancy spear right next to it, and you see some nice looking arrows as well, and some scrolls.
Eyebrows
What kind of
go up.
Dropbox?
Those arrows do sure look pointy.
I'm interested in that spear, honestly.
I'm gonna turn to our friend and just like look him dead in the eyes. Did anybody know you were gonna be out here?
No, they couldn't have possibly. The only people that know that I'm out here are dead.
And you said necromancy is a thing in this place, right?
Oh, this place is ridiculously lousy for it, but maybe the gnolls know we're here now, because, I mean, we've seen enough hyenas at this point, it's only reasonable to assume.
Why are they giving us gifts?
Can I be checking the arrows to see if there's anything special about them?
I can cast Detect Magic if you guys want to see if anything's magical.
Yes, please.
Alright. I'm going to cast... Hold on, let me read it. Is it... Yep. For up to 10 minutes, I can detect anything magic within 30 feet. Faint aura, blah blah. I can tell like the school and all that too. So, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic, Mayor.
All the weapons glow, but nothing in the bags do, and the case also is glowing. There's no... I don't know what the School of Magic would necessarily be for the case, but it seems to be, I guess, whatever school would... How do I want to say
It's a bag of
this?
holding, basically.
No, it's more like this case... In our world, this would be a case that is technologically built to be airtight.
Abjuration.
Oh!
Abjuration.
Okay, abjuration. Yeah, the case is heavy abjuration. The claymore appears to be destruction.
Evocation?
Yeah, evocation, and the Skyrim's ruined my brain.
Oh, good man.
And there does not seem to be any kind of schools of magic tied to the spear and the arrows. They just seem to be magic for the sake of magic.
And are
The
they
box is
arrows or
abjuration.
crossbow bolts?
They're arrows.
Okay.
That means they're all yours, Nixley, because I can't use them.
Yes.
The box is abjuration. The spear and the arrows are just basic magic. Nothing fancy. The blade is, I want to say, evocation. Could you hand me the blade here in a second? I want to inspect it. 2 bags. Nothing magic. Might be food. Might be something else we want to check.
You could also argue that if it's just a +1 magical weapon, you could argue that that would be abjuration, keeping it sharp.
He said evocation. That's just why I'm going with that.
Fair enough.
I'll inspect the claymore a little bit more if you let me.
How are you doing that?
Can I roll an Arcana check if I can? Like, you said it's evocation. Can I try to take a guess at like what is the evocation of it? Like, is it like a fire? Is it just extra damage upon a hit? You know, like he's gonna train and try to see if he can focus with it for a second.
It has. You can tell that it has something to clearly do with fire.
It's something flammable. It's a fire blade of some
Flame
sort. That's all I can tell.
If nobody
can you-
minds, I would like to just mess with the arrows.
The arrows have a tip similar to this. Very
Oh, shit.
masterfully made.
How many are there?
Ooh,
10.
pretty.
These look like they might be slightly more dangerous than my regular ones.
Should I just put like sharper arrows or something?
Put
Since I don't know anything about them.
for now, put +1 arrows. What they do will be discovered when you use them.
I can't wait.
Omen's gonna pick up the spear and give it a few practice swings. Not bad. Definitely lighter than what I'm used to. I gotta say, the spearhead's certainly well made too. Definitely more balanced than my other one.
Is the sword a long sword or a great sword for a claymore in your world?
Great sword. Actually, kind of
Yeah,
depends
great
on your strength.
My
Oh.
strength is an 18, so
For now, it's a great sword.
yeah,
For
I'll
now.
take a look at it.
For now.
Yay!
Well, once you get to 20 and above, and you're training with it, it starts to become more of a. I like to,
Longsword.
yeah, I like to include kind of Elden Ring's
Yeah.
lore on those weapons because I mean, if you've ever seen clips of people wielding the great stars, dual
Yeah.
wielding
Thank
great
you.
stars, yeah.
I'm gonna keep holding the great sword, but I want to pick up one of the 2 bags.
The first one, when you start to grab it, it starts to get a little bit bigger and it looks more like a sack and it weighs about 4 pounds.
Can I check what's in it?
Yeah, when you check what's inside, it appears to be aged and salted meat.
Bearman, what's the name you're going by now?
One can just call me Elijah.
Elijah, do you want to hold this? It's salted meats.
Or
I don't trust myself. I'll eat this in a night. And then I'll look at the other one.
The other one, if you will give me just a second.
Take your time. No rush.
I can't find the dice I need. There it is. The other one appears to be about 60 gold worth of diamond dust.
$60 gold with a diamond.
Hmm.
Any of you use diamond dust?
Why would you turn a
oh,
diamond to dust?
Oh,
Magical components.
Can I ask if I were to, and this is kind of a stupid question, but if I were to do mending on one of those new arrows with the diamond dust, would I get anything?
No.
Dang it. Like an indestructible arrow or something.
I'm just. How many
I
pieces?
don't know
of
any.
meat?
What?
The only spells I can.
Trucker, what were you saying?
How many pieces of meat?
4 pounds worth.
Jesus.
I'm
Well,
saying
me-
you said 60 gold worth of diamond dust, correct?
Yep.
I don't know any
Small-
spell that takes diamond dust that low. Would this be more of a selling component then? Sell it just for the money?
Up to you guys.
Omen's gonna look over to Jezariah and just, Jezariah, you don't happen to know any spells that use diamond dust, do you?
Oh, let me see.
Resurrection spells do, I know that. But that
Yeah.
costs a lot more.
Yeah, but we may need it in our back pocket.
We don't
Having-
have enough.
Yes, but having a little means that we have less to get later.
Good point.
I'm still unsure of this whole thing, but if you think there is a use for it, he'll hold out the bag of diamond dust for Jezariah to hold on to.
No,
trust you
he's
to hold
not
on to
touching it. I do not trust him with the diamond.
It's not like we
Diamond
can do
dust.
anything with it.
Aside
I've
from
heard of
holding
many
on to
necromantic spells.
None of my necromantic spells require it.
So, the main question here is,
So you
doesn't this
say.
seem a little too good to be true? Like, we're all getting something out of this.
I have a
It's
feeling
almost-
we're being watched.
like magically?
I've heard of spells that can do it. Never seen one. I can't cast that kind of magic, but I've heard there's ways to watch people from covering your eyes and throwing a stone at them, for crying out loud.
Here, will this make you feel better? And he just claps his hands, and you see, because of your detect magic, you see a burst of abjuration erupt from him real quick.
And what's that supposed to prove?
Well, if anybody's watching us, they're not now.
That's nice.
Good. I still don't trust you with the diamond dust.
Jormungand.
Why?
Omen?
We're already helping him, so it doesn't really matter all that much.
And besides, giving
I-
him some.
Take the sword for all
Go
I care.
ahead.
I do not trust him with the diamond dust.
I don't need the sword.
I don't trust you with that big sword, but guess who's getting the big sword?
You can have the sword then. You can have the sword then.
No, I can't handle the sword. Regardless, what do you think he's ultimately going to do with that diamond dust?
I don't know, and that's why I don't trust
That
him.
you wouldn't be able
I
to
am
stop
fine
him
with
with
any
that
of you.
sword.
I'm fine with any of you holding onto the dust, but I do not want him holding onto it.
Shoot.
Omen's just gonna roll his eyes and just cinch the bag of diamond dust to his hip.
If anything, I can hold on to it too. It doesn't matter. But when
No,
this
I'll
shit
hold
hits,
on to it, Nyx. I
okay,
got
but
it.
when shit hits the fan, guess who's going to get the diamond dust for no apparent reason? Because he might be able to help us.
You
You're
see,
lucky you're a
Nyx, that's
cat.
why I say you're antagonistic.
Hey,
Do you just enjoy pissing people off?
He's a
I don't-
cat.
I'm just speaking the truth because you never know what's going to come around the next corner. So it's best to be prepared.
And when he stabs us in the back and summons undead to kill us, I'm going to just look you all in the eyes and say, I fuck fucking told you so.
When he stabs me in the back, I'm gonna turn around and shoot him with an arrow.
Nobody's
And
stabbing
guess what
anybody.
guess what you're going to do? You're gonna turn around and rip his head off with that claymore of yours.
Am I keeping this, or does somebody else want it? As I
I'm
said,
pretty
I don't
sure
care.
you're kind of the only one that can really handle it.
And I'm not trained for heavy weapons like that.
I'm not a beefy fighter, as you already know. I'm an archer. I love shooting these arrows. Been doing it my whole life.
This is a great
It'd be
sword.
bad for you to
and-
have it. Alright.
Let him be
He'll-
as irrational as he wants. I have to prove myself. It doesn't really matter. But when and if you all die, and I resurrect you, if that's the way that I have to prove myself, then so be it. Doesn't matter to me. You don't have to defend my honor. Let
So-
him be his way.
So when I die and you resurrect me, am I under your control or my own control?
You're under your own, unless for some reason Necrexio wishes to make you under my control, which would be completely out of character for them.
We met her. She seems alright.
Yeah, she's not. She ain't like that. She would have to give a damn to be like that.
Well, that's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see how that works out. Not saying I want to die, but if I do, it might be interesting.
I'll make sure you're the last one to die in the group.
I mean, usually I probably will be, because I'm so far away from the front lines. No offense. It's just, it's just a role I chose.
Well, we should really
Owen
get
just
going.
shrugs his shoulder at that. Right. That said, everybody's got what they want from this whole little box. I think we should keep the box since it's got a lot of magic in it.
Are we able to
Yes,
like
keep
strap
the
it to
box.
the side of one of the camels?
It'd be easy enough.
We've got like
strap
what,
it to
one or two
purple.
extra camels for this kind of stuff.
Let's strap it
Strapping
to
that
the
to my camel.
or yeah, it doesn't matter.
You guys get back on the road, and you travel for another, I'd say about 2 hours. As you start to get closer to the tree line, you see one knoll, then 2 knolls, 15 knolls, 100 knolls, and you just hear Jezariah go, "Ah, damn it." And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Friends of
Oh,
yours?
surprise.
Welcome into season 2.
Yeah.
A damn desert with a necromancer. I'm not happy.
Deal with it, bitch.
This is going to be so much fun.
He's not happy to be a necromancer, to be fair.
Yeah.
Look, my guy doesn't believe him. He's been screwed over by necromancers as the backstory you and I talked about, Mayor. He just hates necromancers.
I mean, if you keep destroying your reputation with him, that's on you.
We'll see what happens.
But I've got to get to bed, so let us
Surprisingly, I don't really. But yeah, let's go.
all right.
Play some Minecraft after this.
So for tonight's little thing, we will continue the one title suggestion, and after that, what is something you want people to know? It could be a piece of advice, it could be a show you want to recommend, it could be anything. What is one thing that you want the people to know? And we'll start off with you, Chaos.
I'm for a title suggestion. I'm going to pitch Wandering Dunes, like dudes, but dunes, like sand dunes. As for one thing, I want to suggest to the audience. Give Warhammer Space Marine 2 a try.
Brilliant. Flame. Title suggestion and something you want everybody to know.
Title suggestion: Sandy Start. For everyone to know, have fun. Don't give 2 cents of what other people say. Have fun to make yourself happy. Don't conform to the masses.
Marky Mark.
Oh man, the title. Oh, I can't even think of one right now. I'll just go with some. I mean, there's a lot to choose from, but I don't know. Yeah, I kind of want to go with off of Flames. Just be you. Don't let other people decide who you are. You know. And then I guess the title would just be something to do with time and sand. But I'll think of something in a little bit, probably when we're off air, unfortunately.
Sand in a
fine.
bottle.
Looking
But
through the
that's all for me.
glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Looking glass.
Space Trucker.
Let's see. Drink water. And why did it have to be a desert?
That's far too long of a title.
Why sand?
No, I got one. I got one for Trucker. I hate sand.
It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
I can't believe we didn't make that joke this entire session.
Well, there's an
I
entire
was
season to do it.
I was specifically trying not to.
As for me, the thing I want you all to know is you should watch Barry on HBO because it's a great show. I also want you
make the
to
Alzheimer joke.
like, comment, share, and subscribe, of course. But as for a title, I came up with a handful of them, but to borrow from Top Gear as we often do, I was thinking Sand Job
Hey, that's a good one.
or Down in a Hole because of the Alice in Chains song.
Oh god, that's a good one. Yeah.
But,
Them bones. We can make an Alice in Chains reference and we actually come across some skellimans.
well, yeah, but we haven't done that yet.
This is the necromancer area, dude.
For now.
Alright, if that's it, I'm getting ready to go to bed.
Alright. Adios, everybody.
Have a
Good
good night,
night,
everybody.
Oh my god, doesn't trust him.